Welcome back to For the Tribe. At present, the council of the tribe are at the head of their warband of nearly 70 goblinoids. And looking over the nearby rooftops of these kind of narrow alleyways is the head and the shoulder of a giant. It looked over at your warband and it had previously spoken in common. It clearly sees you, and it's still pretty far away. So rather than rolling into initiative or anything like that, the way we're going to do this is I'm just going to go person by person and ask them what they'd like to do. I'm going to be pretty broad here. Doesn't have to be like a combat action or something. Just what is your immediate reaction of things you want to do? Starting with Munch.
Munch is, how far away is the cliff hole that we're trying to get to?
You haven't even spotted it yet, but it can't be that far because Mardak, who has the tablet right now, has been like guiding you guys, and you've been taking a series of turns through these narrow buildings.
Okay, then Munch at this point will kind of like slowly like step in front of the clan, hold up his maul defensively.
Okay. Mardak.
I guess I'll yell to spread out a bit. And yeah, I guess I'll just ready my shield. I'm not really sure what to do with this thing. It's just
So we're fighting this thing.
Staring at us, right? Well, what do we do? I can't probably outrun it.
Okay. The tribe starts to scatter. The warriors start to move towards the front. The non-warriors start to move towards the back. Chaos has basically taken over in the warband. Even some people who probably could be fighters, they don't want to fight this thing, so they're running towards the back. Hiss, what are you doing?
Sounds like we're fighting, so get in the fighting position.
Guys, wait, why are we fighting?
Because you started fucking wielding your hammer towards it.
Yeah, Munch started wielding his hammer. Munch does not reflect the thoughts of Xander.
You're the big one.
Well, Yapper, you can see that at this point, Rathaclick, he hasn't moved. Rathaclick is looking at the three, like looking at Hiss, Munch, and Mardak with a hint of like concern, I think is probably the best description. Blam probably is just following Munch, and then behind you, the tribe is in utter chaos. Like, it's not even clear how much of your tribe would even stick around to fight this thing.
I will call out.
Is it in our way? I'm not sure like where this is.
Not necessarily. So the thing is that you guys are in a slum right now. Picture a favela. Picture a like homeless encampment, like basically an unorganized place that has been built in by goblins for hundreds of years. This is not streets, and so none of that is in your map. Your map only has like these large kind of geological features to it. So you've been guessing. You've been trying. You know where the entrance is to the tunnel, but the route there you don't know because you've never been here before. So you've been discovering that route in real time, and now there's a giant to your left.
Are there any like buildings that we could take cover in?
There are proper buildings. Basically, so as I mentioned, this whole area is a slum. Most of the goblin-built structures are kind of attached to pre-built dwarvish structures. So yeah, all around you are 1 to 2 story dwarvish structures that have, weathered the centuries.
Okay. I'll look to the rest of the council. I have a ploy that I want to try. If it doesn't work, let's try and move through the buildings to get as much cover as we can, and we'll move toward the tunnel. Then I'll call out to the giant in common. Hold, you big hungry bastard. We are not tasties. We are poisonies. We make your tummy hurt. And if you eat us, the biggest of big ones will give you terrible wrath. The ceiling will collapse, and you will die in this place. Behold, the wrath of the gods. And I'll click the exploding button on the golem controller.
The golem tablet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not the map tablet, but the Dreckhammer tablet.
Okay. The tablet explodes in your hands. Roll a 1d10.
Fuck.
Oh no.
See, we not tasty. We give something.
Behold, the wrath of the gods, hands explode. All right, you take 5 force damage as the tablet shatters in your hand.
Oh, I have a feat that will uncanny dodge.
There was no save. That's not an attacker either.
Damn it.
Yeah, you take 5 force damage as the tablet explodes in your hand. Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Even when I'm helping.
Yes, even
what?
with you helping.
I hate this game.
Yeah, so at this point, you know, you guys, including Blam, are out in the street. Rathaclick is already like trying to reassert order over the tribe, guiding them into nearby buildings. The giant is no longer like, he was just kind of peeking over the tops of some dwarvish buildings. Now he like pulls himself atop one of them. The dwarvish structures can hold his weight. The little goblin slums can't, but the dwarvish structures can. So you see the giant in its full size. It is 30 feet tall, a hairless, like furless humanoid, not even like a beard, just like no hair at all. Its body is immense, roiling with muscle, kind of pinkish in coloration. It has like a tan, which I think to your goblin eyes is like, what the fuck? Like, why is it so dark? Like, that's just not, I mean, there's no fucking sun down here. And its stomach is like distendedly full. Like, this thing has been feasting. And its mouth just smeared with blood and entrails. And as it opens its mouth, as it starts to take some panting breaths, you can see like stomachs and other organs like trapped between its snaggly teeth. And it is now walking like rooftop by rooftop, so like 40 feet with each step towards the street you're all on. So we'll get another round of chances. Munch, what are you doing?
Or we will kill you.
Okay, intimidation check.
I have advantage on this because of my minor scar.
I think it's the hideous scar that gives you advantage, no?
Horrible scar,
Yeah.
which I have.
Yeah.
Intimidation. Not awful, but
Okay.
not great.
Yeah, you say we will kill you to the hill giant as it advances. And for a moment, you know, you speak common, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. For a moment in its eyes, you do see like a hint of concern, and it stops its approach. It's about 150 feet away now, and you see it reaching down towards a large like sack of leather at its side. Marduk, what are you doing?
I'm gonna start trying. Are we trying to move through the houses? I'll go do that. I guess I want to get left behind. I'm so slow.
Well, so the rest of the council is all in the
right.
street except for Rathaclick. Rathaclick's the only one moving towards the houses, and he's like trying to gather members of the tribe. Like he's grabbing goblins by their necks and like tossing them towards the entryways.
I'll try and organize them then. Try and send them
Okay.
through. Not have them, I don't know, crush.
Ardak, try and guide them toward the tunnel.
Oh yeah, I have the map. Oh wait, do I have the map?
You do have the map.
All right, I'll try and look at it and guide them in a way that.
Make me a survival check to start guiding the tribe. Okay, yeah. Ooh. You kind of hold up the map and start shouting to the tribe, commanding them to follow. Rathaclick, you know, quickly organizes the tribe, and very quickly, just because of the nat 20, the street is vacated. Only Munch, Hiss, Blam, and Yapper are still out in the street. The rest of your tribe has fled into nearby buildings through narrow little streets and alleyways. Some may get lost, admittedly, in the haste of the flight, but all are trying to rally towards Marduk to get the hell out of here. And then Hiss and Yapper, I'll kind of let you act at a similar time. Currently, the large furless creature is rooting around a large sack at its side.
I'm gonna start just like thaumaturgying to try and scare it. A bunch of like loud noises, tremors, stuff like that.
Sure. The earth starts
Give or
like
take.
trembling, not truly, but in perception at least. The earth starts trembling, these loud, like whooping coughs. Yeah, it's very loud. Yapper?
Could I roll stealth to try and find a path that would be outside of his vision?
No, you could roll stealth to stealth away, or you could roll something to look for a path, which would be like survival or something like that. But also, again, you've literally never been here in your life. Like, Mardak is your best hope of getting out of here, and he just got a 20. Like, you can't really... He knows the path. He's going to figure out the path to the tunnel. He just needs time. As for avoiding the giant site, unfortunately, your tribe is almost 70 members at this point. There is almost a 0% chance that no one in your tribe gets spotted by the giant. Obviously, you could sneak away from it, but not the tribe.
I'll try to move toward building, but I'll call out once more. Mighty giant, we need not be enemies. Gods have given me a path toward a paradise with the greatest of feasts, yummies beyond your imagination. You could fill your belly
finished
every
rooting
day.
around, and you see that a stone about the size of basically a bugbear's chest. The giant fetches a stone about the size of a bugbear's chest. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he begins to pull out a sling. And Hiss and Yapper are not his target, so they don't need to make any saves. Munch, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck yeah! The second he pulls that out, I'm
Yeah,
done.
yeah, of course. You see, the second you see him fetch out the rock, you're running for cover. Unfortunately, giants are pretty strong, and this sling whips about his head once, twice, and then rockets like a literal bullet at your chest. A 12 is a pass. It's not very, because again, it's only about a 10 to see that and say, oh my god, I need to run. But it does hit you in the back. And not fully, it kind of does like a glancing blow. Like he's throwing this chest-sized bullet at your chest. Instead, it cracks against your back and then deflects across the street. So you'll take half damage on this. You take 30.
Fuck.
No. 26. 26 bludgeoning damage.
Hey, can you guess how much HP I have?
Is it 26? So
Can I reaction second wind?
No, this thing hits you with the force of a truck in the back. Your body like slams forward into the floor, like the first floor of one of these dwarvish houses, and you watch as the stone, which hit your back, deflects and like breaks into the stone of a nearby dwarvish structure. Hiss and Yapper, you guys were at the back of the tribe because you were the ones just in the street, and there is a Munch just comatose on the ground in front of you.
Oh. I was riding a bugbear, and I will order him to drag him into the...
That bugbear left a long time ago. The moment the giant was spotted, that bugbear left.
I was riding him! What the fuck?
Well then you got off his shoulders. I told you, the tribe scattered when they saw a giant.
Blam heals me, right? He was on me.
Yeah, Blam was here.
I don't know if Blam has any spell slots left after the barricading counter. Let me see.
Oh no.
If he does, he would use it for sure, but let me see. He has a single spell slot. So he will do Cure Wounds at 2nd level. There you go. 9 health. That is everything. He is completely tapped. Munch, your back feels like it was punched by Grosh.
All these like disintegration and rocks hitting my back.
And it's been like 30 seconds since the first, rock went flying, and you guys hear a second sound. The building Munch, Hiss, and Yapper are in. Blam, I guess, too. So the 4 of you are in this building at the back of the tribe. Most of your tribe is now moving through this, like, these slum areas following Mardak. The roof above you, you hear this sound that sounds... It's like a mixture of a bullet crack as well as like a trebuchet hitting a structure. Like, it's like there's one of these rocks hitting the building above you at insane speeds. Hundreds of miles an hour as the stone just crashes through the roof above you.
Running.
Okay.
Running.
I will try to distract him with a slingshot of my own toward another area. Try and make as much noise as possible.
Okay. Roll
If there's
performance
like
check.
anything, if there's anything metal there, I'd
is,
like to
certainly.
aim for that.
Yeah.
Performance.
Okay.
Yo!
So Yeah, you spot across the street a copper. It's a very small little copper like drain pipe, clearly made by goblins, not dwarves, to drain all the water leaking from the ceiling. And you kind of swing your sling above your head and then throw a little. It's like a pebble compared to what the giant's throwing out, but a pebble across the street, and you hit the drain pipe. And 6 seconds later, you watch as a rock like flies from out of your view, and in 1 second smashes open some of the masonry that forms that dwarvish structure, and the whole building kind of shudders a bit. And a second rock will join it soon and like start pummeling that building into non-existence. But that is going to distract him for a little bit. It takes a long time for a giant to destroy a dwarf building. So we're going to cut back to the front of the column. So in the back, we have, 3 goblins and a bugbear limping after the tribe. In the front, we have Mardak. Mardak, you've been kind of moving on instinct. Like, you're holding this map, trying to like sprint through random streets. You're like pushing aside, rotting little goblin structures. You're running through the first floor of dwarvish buildings. I think you're starting to realize that in this hurried flight through such a dense urban setting, it is almost guaranteed that you're going to lose members of your tribe. So since you're the one at the front of the column, you are leading your tribe right now. My question for you is, do you push on to the tunnel to get out of here? Because you can hear the sounds of the giant lobbing stones behind you. Or do you stop and try to recollect the tribe before you reach the tunnel?
Can I? What do I have? Okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to, I don't know, make someone give me some kind of a knife, any knife.
Okay, yeah, you're at the front of the column, so several bugbears are near you. One of them will like reach onto its waist and hand you a bone dagger.
I'm gonna stab my hand, and I'm gonna start putting handprints on the buildings that we pass.
Okay, you put bloody, dripping handprints on the building you pass. All the bugbears at the front recognize this because they're the ones at the vanguard fighting, like leading with you, and they'll cut their palms. These immense bloody handprints pressing onto buildings. So at this point, if someone gets lost, it's kind of a skill issue because there is a little breadcrumbs being left. And yeah, you continue to race forward. Behind you can hear the sound of Rathaclick, like just continuing to order the tribe together. And at this point, our tribe of about 70 is spread out quite long, like 100, 200, 300 feet long, and spread out quite wide to manage to work their way through this dense setting. And while Munch is no longer the direct target of the giant, once that building it was targeting is destroyed, the giant is going to see the little snippets of movement nearby. So I would like someone in the party to roll a D69.
Is that for a member of the tribe that's just going to get obliterated?
Yep. It certainly is.
Watch it be a 1.
Well, let's see. Actually, Sandra, you roll it. D69.
Oh! I was really hoping it wasn't going to be me. 57.
Alrighty. 57. I believe that is one of the children. But I'm still getting there.
Yes, a useless member.
Oh my god!
No!
Skern the baby. The 0-year-old bugbear.
The baby critter.
God. Like the 2-week-old baby. Jesus Christ is being carried in the arms of his bugbear mother and running through about the middle of the column. And, bugbears turn around and glance as they hear the whooshing of the sling from the giant. And then this rock just like plummets down through all these like wooden rooftops nearby made by goblin hands. And it just obliterates the child in the arm. Like it just like obliterates his body from basically like waist up. And I'm also going to mark his mother as dead because she's definitely going to go try to kill that giant. She's not gonna live, so she is also dead.
We got 2 for 1.
You got 2 for 1.
Why
Yeah.
did you make me roll it?
But yeah, the rest of your tribe continues their hurried flight away from this nightmarish creature. Mardak, at the front of the column, you can hear the sounds of buildings collapsing behind you, not just because of the giant throwing stones, but because a lot of these goblin-made structures are not meant for, people to be sprinting through them at full speed and like destroying the wooden and not mostly stone that's holding them together. And you break through the rotting door of some old like goblinoid's house, and you find more like basically dead bodies. The giant clearly has been living here for a couple of maybe just days, because none of these bodies are very rotted, but you are inside of the giant's charnel house. There are like bodies that are just kind of like spread out, missing legs, like bodies that have been picked apart but not like fully eaten, like the bones still have meat on them. There are about 20 bodies inside of this. It's more like a courtyard than anything else. It's just kind of a gap between dwarvish buildings. But at this point, you're pretty sure that the tunnel is like somewhere around you, like very close to this courtyard. It seems interesting that the giant set up so close to the tunnel.
How? I don't even know what to think about that. We have to find the tunnel still.
Okay, roll me a perception check then.
Yes. Oh, perception. Why do I not have any proficiencies in my damn wisdom skills? What was I thinking?
Well, it doesn't matter because you're just wise. You start to look around the area. You at this point, the tribe is like fully caught up to you, and they're using this like charnel area as a place to regroup. So there are bodies littered all about, and unfortunately, while the red handprints does help, there's always room for skill issues in getting lost. So we're not going to roll for like Munch, Hiss, and Blam. I just think that they have high enough wisdom that they'll probably be able to track you, and there's 4 of them. But we are going to roll.
Just the goblins, because the bugbears aren't getting lost.
It's true. The bugbears are literally side by side with Mardak. You were saying, Jackson?
Can I like try and pick up stragglers on my way back?
Yeah, you can roll me a survival check. Yeah, you managed to pick up a singular straggler. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to roll. I think the best way to do this is for all the goblins, and we're just going to roll a flat d20, and on a 2 or lower, they get lost trying to sprint through this urban setting. Yep, so let's get a 30 d20. From someone.
Not me. Not me.
Not you. Okay, yeah.
Those goes. Nope. Get me out.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kasich. All right, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 4 lost. Unfortunately, some of these are pretty useful, but what can you do? So there's that one. Then we have Scribbit. Oh no, Scribbit. Beloved Scribbit. And he's a trapper. You'd think that's what he's good at. Wow. And then we have 4 more, and then we have Swish.
We lost.
Oh no, we lost Swish. Did we lose Sworgy?
I think. Am I crazy?
No, there's goblins way at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't see those ones. Oh, okay.
So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We lost Tuk, the baby goblin.
That's on him.
Yeah, it's on the baby. Jesus Christ. As you guys did your run, 4 members of the tribe, Scribbit, Belch, Swish, and Tuk, all got lost and were unable to catch up. But Mardak, at the head of the column, you managed to find the tunnel. It's not hard to find. You just needed to know like which of these streets to look down, because the tunnel is huge, easily large enough to accommodate the hill giant. It's built in. So as we mentioned, the Trade Deep is like a giant cavern. This is built into the wall of that cavern. It's almost 40 feet high, 15 feet wide. It looks like the entrance to the yacht or the pitch stairs. It's massive. There's like ancient mining equipment, none of the metal. The metal was all looted, but like handles for pickaxes, mining carts, but with all the metal taken out. And behind you, Mardak, you can see that the dwarvish structures here near the entrance are taller. They're like 3-4 stories, so they actually block line of sight of the giant. So for the members of the tribe that made it to you, which at this point, as the stragglers are starting to come in, is most of them, you can just leave. There is no further impediment to your flight.
We didn't all explode.
No, you didn't all explode. And Munch, Hiss, Yapper, the three of you catch up with the tribe, and you can see Mardak is, heading into the tunnel. Rathaclick is remaining at the tunnel's entrance, like waving people in. Yeah. I think Rathaclick is probably the last one in. He'll follow behind you, Munch, as the bright lights of the bioluminescent mushrooms of the Trade Deep fade, and you guys head into this random tunnel. I think the first thing you notice as you go inside and begin to progress forward is that this place is truly dark. The Trade Deep is never dark. Even at, during the darkest times of the spore cycle, the bioluminescent mushrooms are still, certain species still glow. But this tunnel has no mushrooms because it has no water. There is no dripping. There is no sounds of like steam hissing like there was in the Middle Deeps. By your standards, as the blood spores, this place is inhospitable. Obviously, you've only gone a couple hundred feet. That could change further ahead, but without water, you just can't have life. And the tribe starts to naturally cluster closer together. Some members of your tribe are used to this sorts of thing. They are your original blood spores, but not all of them. Some members of your tribes are slaves. Some members of your tribes are from the Trade Deeps. You have a pretty, at this point, diverse tribe. And so they start to naturally form into a sort of ball, sticking as close together as possible. And you all finally, once you're like 1,000 feet in, been walking for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you guys finally pause and sit down, and the tribe like half collapses. You guys start to do a head count. This is when you discover that you lost, the bugbear baby and his mom, as well as Tuk Tuk, Swiss, Scribbit, and Belch. And I think Rathaclick will say, well, could have gone worse.
Oh. Could have been worse. Thank you, Blam.
What was that thing? That was like a flesh golem.
Rathaclick will nod.
Gross.
An apt description, Mardak. Perhaps another invention of the creators to plague us.
Why weren't we told about that when into Trade Deep?
You would think it would be big news.
Yeah.
Look darker than the other things around here. Perhaps it was from the surface.
How the fuck would it get here?
There wasn't signs of like rotting, like decomposing bodies. It was mostly fresh stuff, right?
It's probably a result of its diet, like our skin.
Could it be a Fleshclaimer? It seemed to have an obsession with bodies.
No, Fleshclaimer gotta do this kind of thing.
And I'll like point to like a lot of like the weird markings that I have on like my sides and my back.
Fleshclaimer gotta do this. Give the meat knowledge to attach. It had no meat attached, just eating.
If it's from the surface, that means that map of yours is inaccurate, Mardak. That map doesn't mention any surface tunnels in the Trade Deep.
Could have used the stairs.
You really think so?
Why
I mean,
not?
That giant was large, but any tribe could kill it in proper times. The hook rats would tear it apart. I mean, if we'd been properly arranged, we probably could have even killed it.
Does it look like it has came through this tunnel? Like if
That's
it's a
an
giant,
interesting
it'd be
question.
science, right?
Yeah, one would imagine. Roll me a survival check across the whole party as I think you guys start to look towards the walls and kind of Munch starts to sniff.
Can I use nature?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because this is a familiar environment, unlike the dense urban sprawl of the Trade Deep. Yeah, I mean, each of you have your own methods. Mardak, you're looking for physical signs left on the stone, like scratches and like footprints or like, things like that. This tunnel is tall. It's it's like a kind of triangle shaped, this tunnel. It's like 40 feet tall triangularly, like upward, and then the base is only like 15 feet wide, so it's very, very narrow. Hiss, what does survival look like for Hiss?
It's a good question. Probably a lot of like praying and trusting his instinct. Yeah.
Based, you're basically asking the Triumvirate to just tell you the answer to the question. Interesting.
And it
Okay.
works. He's got the best score
I
on
mean, it does something for sure. Okay, then you guys each have your own methods. Ultimately, though, the two most useful are Hiss's instinct and Munch's sniffing, because Hiss, your instinct will carry you over to a chip in the rock, and that chip in the rock makes you confident the giant has been through. If someone forced you to vocalize why that's the case, you can't do that, but you're just pretty sure that the giant has been through here. As for you, Munch, the giant has a really weird smell. He has like a mustiness to him, like a BO. I mean, obviously you guys don't take showers, but nor does the giant. And he has like this sweaty kind of smell to him. And that smell permeates this tunnel like a cologne. Like, that is just what this tunnel smells like. He not only traveled through here, he probably spent a fair amount of time in here.
Oh, we should really get going.
The big giant likes coming through here. Spends a lot of time here. I just want to go.
Will furrow his brow and say, "You called it a giant? Does that seem a bit on the nose just because it's large? It'd be like calling it a huge."
I like the word huge. I like the name huge.
I
as well.
prefer the term flesh golem. It was
I
definitely
like it
a
more
golem
too. It's
of
more
flesh.
accurate.
Munch would call it big, but I'm Munch's big one.
Well, you're not the big one anymore, if that's anything to go by.
Munch big one. I'm this big.
I'm gonna look to Yappa. That looked like something from your vision.
I did
Your
not
first
see
one.
that in any of my visions.
It's in metaphor.
No, the things I saw were surprisingly much more grotesque. They were amalgams of other creatures, much like Munch does, but bear down on us.
That was no amalgam. Its flesh was coherent.
Regardless, I think we should move. Mardak,
Over.
Back.
do you see any tunnels we could take refuge in along our way?
Oh yeah, the map thing.
Yeah.
Re-inspect it.
Yeah, I mean, so the way you found this tunnel in the first place is because there are literally tens of thousands of tunnels that split off from the trade deep. And now that you're in this particular tunnel, there are thousands of tunnels that split off from it. You know, the creators, the goblins, whoever carved these tunnels, they did it for a long time. Like a long time, because there are so many like dead ends and random cul-de-sacs and chutes and all that stuff. However, I will say this map is not accurate, which the reason you can tell this is because as you were walking, for 10 minutes into this tunnel, there were a bunch of smaller tunnels carved off like from this main one that lead into like little crevices and stuff. Those just aren't on your map, which means that this map was a snapshot of what Javuzkarag looked like at a certain point in time. It is not a current map. But according to that, there is
should be
many
the
tunnels.
main, a main pathway through should still exist on the map, right? That we could reference everything else off.
Hopefully.
I'm going to try and figure out that try and make note. Maybe I'll get a bit of metal and start scratching the map into it and try and add these new bits.
Yeah, unfortunately, so I
Yeah.
am curious how you choose to depict this, because the map on this command tablet is a 3-dimensional representation, because these tunnels obviously go down and up and, spin around and all sorts of crazy shit. So it is a 3-dimensional one. How do you represent all this on a 2-dimensional
Well, I don't know.
piece of metal?
That's a good question. And I don't have the time for that right now, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that. I'm going to try and do it mentally.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the hope is that the tunnel that you guys have selected to get you to the pitch stairs is unimpeded, and you're just going to keep following that main tunnel.
That or we could just try and take the side tunnels up as far as possible.
Hold on. What was the vision? It was up, down, around, up, then paradise.
Yeah, and we did the bones, which indicated that we should take the pitch stairs.
So is this initial tunnel leading up?
No, leads down.
Oh, what the hell?
Nothing makes sense.
I think.
Is there anything
yeah,
on the map that is leading up?
Yeah. Yeah, there's, like I said, thousands of tunnels. So yes, there are literally hundreds of tunnels that lead up. Now the problem is, with the ones that lead up, about half of those you just can't access because you're looking at them on this like little tablet, and you're like increasing the resolution, like you're zooming in essentially on this 3D representation. Some of those tunnels go directly up, like they are, they're in a normal tunnel, and then they're just straight up into the ceiling, which means you need like an elevator, a ladder, some method of like upward ascension, which you guys don't have. So you can only go with the ones that like kind of slope upwards, which does narrow it down to about 30, connected to this main shaft you're in.
Yeah, we want to go to
Are there
one
any
that's
tunnels
sloped.
that go up and then lead to something that goes down? And
Yep.
Can I go through this list and start crossing out the things that don't fill all of the?
Yeah, the tribe is glad to take this break because that stressed them the fuck out. So you spend about 15 minutes going through. Okay, so we are super limited on our focus. We're saying, okay, we're ignoring the rest of Traverse Crag. We're looking at.
I'm going to do this. I don't know what else.
No, that's totally fair. Yeah. Well, I'll ask the others what they're doing in a sec. But yeah, you're looking at this particular tunnel, the one you are in right now. Are there any passages that slope upward, then slope down? And that's basically your criteria. And then around.
And then up.
Okay, and then up.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. There is one tunnel that does that, but according to this map, it ends in a dead end.
I will be joining Mardak, and I'll say no. That's not the tunnel we're looking for. Remember that that Paradise tunnel is in Ice Stealer's territory. But what we need right now is we need one that ascends and goes to the pitch stairs.
The tunnel you're currently in is supposed to lead to the pitch stairs, according to this map.
Yeah, last session you said that there was one that ascended on the
It
pitch
does ascend
stairs.
ultimately. He said, what Yarrow asked was, is it ascending right now? The answer is no. The tunnel you're in right now goes down.
I think I'm getting lost in the sauce here. I'm not going to lie.
The tunnel
Is
you're
that
in
the
right
only
now
one?
goes. Yes, this is the only tunnel that, according to this map, goes from Trade Deep to Pitch Stairs. It goes down down again, and then very up, and then down again, and then it connects us to the pitch. But overall, your entrance, like you get higher on the pitch stairs than you currently are.
You're going to make me go schizo over a map again.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. Go
This
schizo.
is the second time in your campaign.
We need to hurry down that because there's a flood coming. Remember, the ceiling of the Trade Deeps was collapsing.
Napper's right.
Yeah. There is a flood, and you guys got some tablets, and it's time to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you guys stand up, and Rathaclick will start to hammer the tribe back into shape, placing bugbears in the back to make sure no one gets lost, shouting at people to keep pace, and you start to move forward.
I'll
Munch,
pat
yeah.
Rathaclick on the back, and hey, I appreciate what you're doing there. You're really holding this together.
I'll just nod. It is the visions that guide us, not me.
I'll nod back to him.
Everyone's in his cold.
What'd you say?
Everyone's in Yapper's cold.
I mean,
Hell
it's
yeah.
when someone gets direct visions from God, it's kind of hard to that turn out to be
Well,
pretty accurate.
Yeah, when they're accurate, that's the thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is the thing.
When I start screaming, "Worms rule the planet, the end is nigh," that's when you guys can leave the cult.
Real shit.
Well, listen, if worms start ruling the planet,
Yeah, then you
might as well be there.
gotta consider it. All right. Munch, you're in pain. That hit to your back hurt really bad. I think that probably is the single most damage you've taken from an attack.
No,
Outside of the disintegrate. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that at least the disintegrate though, that didn't that wasn't a blow. That was like your body just started to cease existing. So it hurt, but it wasn't like a hit. But this, your entire back is already kind of numb, and every muscle attached to your back is starting to hurt because of how like severe of a hit that was. And that thing was using a sling, which means it's intelligent, which means like not only intelligent, it realized that you guys were like trying to intimidate it. So it decided to kind of do the equivalent of poking you with a stick by throwing a rock at you to see if you would survive.
What a good stick.
Yeah, good stick.
It was skirmishing just like a true goblin.
Yeah. And as your tribe is starting to like lope their way down the tunnel, you notice that your bugbears, like your fellow bugbears, they are taking on a kind of, it seems as if the giant fight invigorated them enough that they're in like their active state right now. So they're like, patrolling, they're looking at, the tunnel walls and stuff. You are not in your active state. You're fucking exhausted. So as the tribe is like walking, what keeps you going?
Me?
Yeah.
Not much. Honestly.
Oh, man.
I think at this point it's very much just like a hungry, going, maybe food, and just like trudging along, just because like what else is there to do besides keep trudging?
Yeah.
Can I find that bugbear that I found at the market and bring him up to try to help Munch walk?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you have 4 that you got at the market. You mean the ones you bought, like the slaves?
No. We didn't buy any.
Oh, you mean
got those
Grashnik?
from the slaughter.
The ones we captured.
Yeah, whatever his name is, the guy who saw the truth in my words. And
Grashnik. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
his name
sure. He can support Munch a bit. Munch, do you like being supported?
No, God, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, he'll kind of let go and just kind of look at you. He's a bit younger than you, but more importantly, he's much smaller than you because you are a freak of. Actually, I think he is still younger than you. But yeah, you're a freak of nature, so he's a little bit shorter than you, or no, a lot a bit shorter than you, and he'll just kind of look at you and then pat away. So, Munch, you take these like slow, painful steps, just kind of walking, not really thinking of anything. And one of the old goblins of your tribe, the couple, Clang and Fizzle, you never really talk to them. They mostly talk to Blam. The older.
No, I talked to them quite a bit. They defended.
Oh, you do?
They defended the mushroom pit when I was trying to.
They did. Yes, they did do that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of interactions.
Okay, Clang will approach you then, and he will reach into his little own personal storage, and he'll take out a tiny bit of crimson fungus that he's dried and like clearly kept preserved since you guys left the Middle Deeps, which wasn't even that long ago, to be fair. And he'll like hold it up as high as he can. It barely reaches your knee. He'll kind of pat your calf and say, "You did good. Just let the Triumvirate keep you going."
I like Ross. Starting to feel like Dominus likes me.
Well, then you should start liking Dominus. If the pain is good, then it won't hurt as much.
But pain hurt.
That's kind of the point.
I must get confused by that.
You know how,
fine.
do you know how sometimes when you're weak, to get stronger, you have to go through a bit of pain, soreness, a little bit of suffering?
Kinda.
It's like that.
Except Munch never been weak like this.
That's not true. You were a baby. Do you remember being little?
A lot of marks, carvings, bits of lots of eating. Gorp. Gorp was the one who taught me this. And
I will like start like carving little like just like passively carving little sigils into my shoulder.
Yeah, Clang will kind of watch as the blood rolls down your shoulders. You're like carving into your skin with one of your nails, and he'll just slowly nod and say, "Well, you were once weaker than this Gorp, right?"
no, I once big enough munch ate Gorp.
Okay. Clang will walk away from this. So he no longer has the interest to try to convince you of the righteousness of the Triumvirate. And you throw the dried mushroom into your mouth. It's like not gonna make you full, but it's more of like a moral comfort, you know, like, yes, yeah, we still have some crimson fungus left. And as the tribe continues on, walking through this long dark tunnel, up at the front, Mardak and Yapper are talking about which tunnel to take, and they're, you know, consulting the map to try to figure out, you know, what's the main path. Munch, the walls start leaking blood.
I go up to the I go up to the wall and like actually see if it's like blood.
It's blood. In fact, you can now feel blood leaking out of your mouth as well. Scribbling onto your lips, and it's kind of like filling up your mouth, so your tongue feels like it's wading through like a ton of spit.
I'm like trying to like swallow this blood repeatedly.
Oh yeah, you're trying, and it's making you're starting to feel really sick and nauseous. And the blood from the walls is coming out thicker now, like it's spewing out in great geysers, and the floor is starting to like pool and fill with blood.
Guys!
You spin around. Your tribe isn't there.
Oh.
Munch will just start running.
You start wading through this sea of blood that's forming at your feet, sprinting. You know that these tunnels don't go on forever, and how can the water be pooling? You don't think about any of that. You're just sprinting. You're just like wading through the blood, and the blood keeps getting higher and higher, and then suddenly, in front of you, there is no tunnel anymore. In fact, there's no walls either. It's just an ocean of blood. In fact, and you turn around to look if you can run that way. Everywhere. All directions, below you, above you, side to side. You're like you're not really swimming, you're still standing on something solid, but in all directions around you is just an ocean of blood.
Munch will just, as it keeps filling, after looking around, will just like lay flat on the swelled up ocean of blood and just kind of bob at the surface of it and try to just like lazy river this blood, but very anxiously.
Yeah.
A very anxious river of blood.
Yeah, you lay down and you try to float and look around, and you hear kind of like a muffled voice in the distance, but you don't know what any of the words are. And
wait, hold on. Does my echoing ears affect this because I have advantage on perception checks?
Unfortunately, you are incapable of perceiving whatever that voice is because of different reasons. Your hearing is not the problem. You watch as the water begins to like split open, and you watch as mountains of bone begin to rise up and form into mountains. They form great plains. And, you know, you've had Bayeg described to you many times, this god who is the world being an organism. And you finally can imagine what that would look like. You know, mountains of bone, giant plains of flesh, oceans of blood. And as all around you, this kind of transformation takes place, you watch as living across the surface of this thing are terrible things. They are not consistent. They have these shadowy, kind of oily black forms that are indiscernible. They shift constantly. None of them are anywhere near you, but across these open plains and vast mountains, they seem everywhere, these fractal patterns of inky blood. And then, one of the great bone mountains, the one on which you are currently lying down on, cracks open, and you kind of like, you think you're tumbling, but it's hard to really tell. All sense of direction is lost, and then you're falling down through open air, and you watch as one of these entities breaks open through the mountain of bone, the bone shattering and going all directions, and marrow begins to spew forth, hot and nearly liquid, across the plains of meat and oceans of blood. And then you blink a couple times, and you're back in a tunnel, and you can see that one of the, like, 2 bugbears are carrying you, and Blam is on your chest, slapping your face repeatedly.
Mountains of bone, shattering creatures back in the mountains.
Blam will just kind of look over and say, "Hiss, help him. This is your specialty." And then Blam will walk away.
Yes, much ambition.
Yes.
Everything's
You've
smelling of blood. The mountains, massive mountains made of bone. By it, everything is alive and then split by these inky black things.
Yes, you understand. You've seen it.
The world is alive.
I'm just gonna kind of rub his chest affectionately or whatever.
Yeah, you're just like standing on him as 2 bugbears still carrying him. Obviously, from your guys' perspective, Munch like walked over to a wall, started screaming, and then fell on his back and just laid there. But yeah, you just sit on Munch's chest. Hiss, you are a cleric of Enquête. Do you take any divine revelation from that, what he saw?
From a blood ocean?
Well,
yeah,
all
I'll
of it.
probably keep that in mind.
Do you reckon it's a warning, vision of the past? Just, what do you think it is?
I wasn't listening too closely to what it was.
Much saw everything filling with blood, and then the mountains of bone, rivers, lands of meat, everything made of flesh, and the organism Bayag, the world god, and crawling across the surface were these inky things, shadowy, evil-looking creatures, and cracked the mountain, and I kind of woke up around there, but it looked like surface, but made of creature. Didn't like the things there.
It doesn't sound particularly prophetic, but it's a vision of reality, of the surface, which I
If
believe
that
in.
surface, Munch not going. Don't get Munch wrong. Munch like meat and flesh. Munch didn't like the weird things are there. It felt wrong.
You have to learn to understand symbols. You see symbols and visions like this. Do you understand that concept?
What is the symbol of that?
I don't know, but I believe you can figure it out. You'll have to meditate.
Munch can figure. Munch smart. Munch will do it. Munch will do it. Can Munch get down now?
Yeah, the bugbears will drop you.
Eric's, do I recognize any of those signs or whatever?
Well, roll me a religion check.
One moment.
You said I know of Bayag, the
Oh
world
yeah,
god.
that is foundational to your guys' religion. Yeah, the Triumvirate.
Yeah.
Bayag was the world.
Actually, it was the world.
Was literally the world, and everything is birthed from Bayag. Literally everything. Even like Quaggoths, even fucking everything is from Bayag. But everything that got out of Bayag had to essentially choose its own fate. Like, there were things that will never be known that were trapped in the corpse of Bayag and then died there and rotted. But the Triumvirate, like so many others, clawed their way out of this rotting corpse. Okay, so Hiss, you don't belong to a church or anything like that. Your symbology is very personal, and a lot of it's related to your worship of Anket in particular, because his symbols are very different to those of Grosh or Dominus. And I think that the thing that rings interesting to you is that his vision was of like this primordial time of the world when Bayag was still alive and the world was all living rather than great things of stone, because the world is dead. That is a known thing. Well, how else can you have mountains made of stone rather than blood? Or flesh. Like, it only makes sense if the world is dead. So Bayag is dead. However, what was in that image, a mountain cracking open, that could maybe be prophetic, or it could be a vision of the past. I think that in terms of symbology, though, in your worldview, Bayag is the world is dead. These are like known things. So to see a time before it was dead typically means that you're being granted some sort of divine vision, because a human mind, or in this case a goblinoid mind, can't really comprehend what the world was like when Bayag was around. But I think that's about it. As far as specific symbols go, bone typically means, rock, stone. It's like related with that. Blood is related with water and life. And then meat and flesh are most commonly denoted with actually soil. That's like their most common connotation. Yeah. But the tribe continues.
I have actually
yeah,
an entirely different line here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So being a tribal society, we would have experiences with poisoning and stuff.
Absolutely.
I understand the concept of it. Can I do a medicine check to see if this seems like a type of poison-induced delirium, or?
Well, he consumed a crimson fungus that had been dried for several weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
When the mushrooms are dried, they have much more psychedelic effects than when they're fresh.
Okay. That might be a vision then.
Could be.
Never mind.
Head
Although bugbears are known to eat rotten whatevers.
It's true.
Especially
they eat all
Munch.
sorts of crazy shit.
That is probably the best vision Munch has ever had. Munch doesn't really didn't really get affected by all the other visions.
Yeah, not really. It's mostly the clerics that get them.
Yeah. Munch will head over to Clang.
Yeah. The goblin, the tribe's still walking, so the goblin, the old goblin, is kind of standing next to his wife as they walk.
Munch kind of see now. Munch saw when Bayag wasn't dead.
Oh, that's good. You seem to be having a rather intense one. You were screaming.
Yeah. Munch not used to that, and Munch drowned in blood.
Ah, a vision from Grosh, then.
Oh, mountains of bone, flesh of the surface. The mountains all made of life.
What about marrow?
Lots of marrow.
It sounds like a vision from Grosh.
Makes sense. Why would Grosh show Bayag?
I don't know. I'm not, I don't know much of Grosh. I mean, I've only received 2 visions in my life, both from Anket. So I could not tell you. Perhaps, perhaps he wants you to do something. Perhaps he just wants to let you know that he is there.
Grosh. I'd go Clang,
And I'll like squat down and try and give Clang some pats on the head with my big palm.
Yeah. He'll kind of accept the first one, and the second one comes in a bit harder, and he'll kind of squirm and say, hey, "Thank you, thank you."
Munch will, stand up and crawl back with the rest of the tribe.
Yeah. Mardak, you have been leading the tribe for the last hour or so through this tunnel, and it's continued to slope downward this entire time. And From the back of the column, Rathaclick, who is kind of taking up the rear, he'll jog to catch up with you because you can hear his armor before you see him. Because it is dark down here, so dark vision is your only method of seeing. And when Rathaclick catches up with you, Mardak, he'll kind of say, he'll glance at you and Yapper since you guys were doing the pathfinding. There's tribbles of water at the back of our tribe right now, coming down from the trade deep. No flood yet, but we probably don't have long.
Call
We'll
out,
call
pick
it
up the
then.
pace, people. Like, we should probably be in a jog at this point.
Yeah, you pull up people to the jog. The bugbears were no longer, like, engaged, so getting them to move is by far the single hardest thing. Rathaclick,
will
like,
be
whips some of them.
very active in doing
Okay,
actually
yeah, Munch, you're going person to person. Rathaclick is whipping some of them near bloodied, and just to get them to fucking move faster than like a lope. And you guys sprint basically down this tunnel at its slope, and Mardak at the lead, you and Yapper come across the first kind of difference between your map and this tunnel. This downward slope was supposed to continue for miles more before a sharp decrease in height. However, that is wrong. In front of you, there is a pit. Just a pit that like drops down. There is a tunnel on the other side of the pit, but the pit is almost 30 feet wide, and you can see that there's a wooden platform spanning the pit and all sorts of like pulleys and levers, and they look recent. Like this does not look like a Dwarvish construction, but this is like a sort of mining elevator that leads straight down. But you can just cross it and continue down the tunnel as usual.
Can we like throw a bit of, I don't know, some random trash or something we don't want to see how deep it is?
Well, it's covered by kind of like a elevator, like a platform.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just walk over and keep going.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anybody guarding this?
Sure. The mining tunnel you're in doesn't give very many hiding places, so no, you don't see anyone guarding it that was hidden.
Okay. Does it look sturdy enough? Like,
No,
Mardak,
it's made of wood, and wood is never from down here. It's always from the surface. It has some positive qualities that means that goblins still use it for construction. So whoever built this, it was very expensive. The problem is that wood rots, and this wood is heavily rotted.
Fuck. Like, I guess we're just gonna have to go one at a time. Like, send the goblins over first because they're the lightest.
I
Least
test
likely to break.
casting mending on a piece of
Yeah.
see if it
Oh,
improves the structure.
genius.
Yeah, I mean, so when a wood rots, it doesn't necessarily break. So for those parts, there's not much mending to do. It can just be internally compromised. However, there are places where boards have like snapped in half, and half of it has fallen down into the pit. So there, what you can do is you can do kind of like some carpentry. Essentially, is what you're doing. You're just breaking off sections of woods and then mending them to other sections of wood to make them more strong. However, to do that, you're gonna have to like narrow the platform, because I'd say of all the boards, about a quarter of them have missing chunks that have fallen into the pit below, and you can just look past and see like down into that void. So you could do some carpentry to like reinforce the boards that, like, you could remove half a board, put it on top of another board, boom, mend it together, which could help for sure, but it's gonna take time.
Me and Blam also have mending, so
For sure.
What are our other options?
Sounds like none.
Yeah, just basically gamble to see if we could fucking cross it.
Well, to be clear, to do the mending, you are still going to have to put body weight on it. So you're already putting Mardak and 2 goblins on it if you're using Hiss and Blam. If the worry is the entire platform collapsing, then you're already testing it by putting the 3 of them on there to mend it.
Yeah, I think we should just do Hiss and Blam because they're the lightest.
Okay, sure. The two of them can walk out onto the platform and start to slowly, bit by bit, break off chunks of wood and mend it. The rivulets of water coming down from the trade deep have now kind of rolled past your tribe and started to fall into this kind of like void of a pit trap. And
actually, I think we should just go one by one. Everybody go steady. Yeah. Let's just move over it.
Alrighty. Yeah, you guys start to walk over in order of weight. So the goblins head over first, carrying little babies. Then the goblins without kids, and one by one, the tribe works their way over. Hobgoblins begin to move across, and Yarrow
as the hobs cross could we have a fair amount of rope, right? I have some rope.
Yeah.
I imagine other
you have
people
a couple
have
100 feet. Yeah.
Could we throw some over and tie people off as they move through?
What do you
and
tie them to?
Have we'd have loops over each people, and then we'd have a bunch of hobs on the other side.
Okay, sure.
Holding steady.
Yeah, as the first couple hobs cross the bridge, I'd like a D20 from Yarrow.
D20.
Platform, I guess, more accurately than a bridge.
Oh.
Okay. You guys creak across the wood, and all the hobgoblins cross without incident, except for the last one. It's just one of the hobgoblin soldiers, Jervash, and as he's walking across the platform, he puts his foot onto one of the boards, and it snaps inward. Only one board. The rest of the platform holds, but his leg kind of falls into the platform. He quickly, hurries himself up and, crosses the platform, but you already kind of narrowed the platform with Hiss and Blam, so there's now only about 4 boards wide to cross with the bugbears.
How's the water looking?
It's coming in thicker now. It's starting to form like a proper little creek.
How long or how wide is this pit for the bridge that goes over?
It was actually not particularly wide to begin with. It was about 5 feet wide, and now that the little platform has been narrowed, it's only about 4.
Or how long is
planks. Oh, long. It's like 15 feet long. It's quite long.
Oh, I'll just long jump over the whole thing.
Oh, bigly. You and probably 2 or 3 other bugbears just leap across the opening, but the rest still need to walk or risk their lives jumping. Well, so currently we would have all the bugbears on one side and the rest of the tribe on the other. So bugbears is like half the tribe now. So we have 30, 20, something like that.
I think me and another bugbear that jumped it will hold our hands out to kind of with our long ass hands to grab one if they ever fall.
Sure. The big, yeah, I mean, you can do that. The big bugbears are not really the concern. It's the children who definitely cannot leap a 15-foot gap.
Wait, bugbears have 10-foot reach, so one could just reach, pass over, and that'll be
we can just pass over the children. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Bugbears, the children could be passed over. Yeah. Then,
and I mean the other bugbears could be too. We get some bugbears over, they just reach their arms over, and the guys on this side pull.
What do you mean get some bugbears over?
There's 3 bugbears already over here, right?
Sure.
So they jumped, so they could just reach. That's 10 feet each way. They can grab onto.
So what do you think? Sorry, to be clear,
over.
Reach is not their arms aren't 10 feet long. To be clear, humans have a 5-foot reach in this game. Human arms are not 5 feet long. You do. It's if you have a weapon in your hand, they have a reach of 10. If a human has a weapon in their hand, they have a reach of 5. They don't have 5-foot long arms. Or in the case of bugbears, they don't have 10-foot long arms.
We got 5-foot long arms.
It's closer to that, yeah.
Too.
That's fine. I'm just saying, that's not how anatomy works. Humans don't have 5-foot long arms. Yeah, I mean,
5-foot wingspan.
True, and I'm sure bugbears have a 10-foot wingspan, but that doesn't mean you can stretch your arms out across a pit and touch tips across a 15-foot pit with 5-foot arms.
Well, what we could do is we could have one bugbear hold on to another bugbear on both sides, and then they could get pretty much extra reach, right?
Yeah. This just seems insanely risky for no reason. Because if someone slips, because there's nothing to hold on to. There's no There's no banister. There's no rocks. If someone slips, it's like instantly -2 bugbears. When you could just use rope or something. I don't know. It seems crazy to try to make like
I have
a
an idea
bridge.
with the rope.
Okay.
Can we try and run like a line of rope across and then secure it on either side so the bugbears can at least like have some of their weight on the rope? And,
Sure.
like,
How are you securing it?
try and not slip it.
We have pittance.
Do we? It's not on the
I do.
tribal. Okay,
I do.
You do. All right, cool. The ones on the bugbear side are going to have to just be left there unless you want to have the last bugbear jump, I guess.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay, then -2 pittance. And yeah, with rope supporting them and multiple bugbears.
We have rope, actually.
I'm sure
I
you
have
know
rope,
there's rope
yeah.
on the bridge.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
we
I
got a
think
bunch of
that's
other
really
rope in
fun.
our tribal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, you guys string across a rope, pitting it in. The last couple bugbears, the kids are, carried over gently and handed off, and then the larger bugbears come over. And by the time they do, up above you guys, you hear this like dull roaring sound coming from the trade deep side of the tunnel.
Should go.
Yeah, we gotta move. Come on.
Okay, the tribe starts to move once again. The roaring is getting way louder behind you. Whatever is approaching is moving far faster than your tribe is.
Luckily, the pit should stop it, unless we all went down it.
I'll tell some of the hobs to get the kids out of here.
Okay, I
Oh,
mean,
wait,
the
question.
hobgoblins pick up children, hold them on their shoulders, and start to run down the hall as quick as they can.
Did that map keep going downward? Out where Pit was?
Did it?
No. The original tunnel that you guys are trying to follow as best as you can, you're trying to avoid any detour, says go at a downward angle, a downward slope for much, much longer. That pit went straight down, so you guys decided to traverse over it rather than go down it.
I didn't know if that was like the direction of the map. Okay.
Nar.
Okay, we're getting our guys over.
Yeah, well, no, you guys are already over the bridge.
Yeah,
It
we're
just-
getting our
yeah,
other
yeah.
guys over. Yeah.
What other guys?
The bugbears.
They're already
We're
over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's
then
just
we're
easy,
fucking
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Sure,
we're
I know. Yes, you guys are proceeding
Gra-
back down the
grabbing
tunnel
my
on a
rope
downward slope.
and-
Yep,
yeah.
the roaring is continuing behind you. And as you guys continue down, a
We're
wall
running.
of water is spewing down this tunnel behind you, and it is not possible to outrun. However,
Fuck.
it's not as large as it could have been necessarily, but it is still going to hurt because it's carrying with it rocks and corpses and all sorts of other shit. So I need a strength check from everyone in the strength saving throw from everyone in the party.
I'm using my inspiration.
Saving throw.
Does that mean you're rolling another one, Casey?
That just gives me advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah, so roll another one.
I rolled 2d20. I got a 9 and a 15.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
yeah,
be able
but-
to say after. you've
Correct.
seen it,
Yeah,
right?
it's saying afterward I'd like to have the higher number, but that's not how it would actually work in real life. You would roll the first one, say, oh shit, I want advantage, and then roll a second one. You can't just default to the higher number. 13.
Ugh.
That's still higher. Okay. So we have a 26, a 16, a 19, and a 13. Okay, cool. Let's have Jackson roll a d10.
On it.
Okay. So this wall of water strikes you all, and it's not high enough, like it doesn't fill the entire tunnel, because as we discussed, this tunnel is very tall, very triangularly shaped. So it doesn't like drown you as it hits you, it just carries you down this tunnel at like full speed. And it's not until the water kind of subsides, which is literally hundreds of feet late. Like you guys are getting spun around, you're getting banged into walls. All of you passed your strength saves though, which means you're not super discombobulated. And as the water finally begins to kind of slow to a stop, you guys are really far down some random ass tunnel. This is clearly like you were not, this water was going wherever it could. It wasn't going on the particular route you guys were trying to follow. And your tribe is like scattered. Luckily, the water wasn't coming in full force. It seems as if that bridge did a lot of, like that pit did a lot of work to dull it. But like, for example, Mardak, by the time you finally get the chance to, like, even stand, you look around this tunnel and you can see a hobgoblin there, a goblin there, and that's it in your immediate line of sight.
That's not... Oh. At least we're in a tunnel and sound carries. I'm going to use thaumaturgy and start yelling.
Yeah. This is very easy to do. Some members of your tribe will take a little bit longer to reunite, but your voice carries quite far, and one by one, the tribe will start to reform. Everyone is waterlogged and exhausted and in pain, and
Can I make a nature check to see if there's anything that might be living in here?
I'll just tell you this now, yes. There's 100% things living in these tunnels.
Oh.
I made a mistake. It's too late. I've done it.
And soon enough, your tribe reunites in some tunnel that is, as far as you can tell, just not on the map. And there are some missing souls, mostly children, because the force of the water, while it wasn't enough to carry like a fully armored hobgoblin to its death, it was enough to carry a child, for instance, to their death.
Ratcliffe got his wish in the end.
He did, and he was always going to, because they're children. And as the tribe gets together, I'd say morale in the tribe is abysmal. You guys are in some random ass tunnel. You're missing people, whether the waters took them, whether they got lost, you don't know. And your fungal carrier box, that kind of like holy relic containing all the crimson fungus, the outside of the box is soaking wet, which is not like good. Well, they like the fungus like being a little bit wet, not like completely wet. Now they didn't.
This water that came in, actually, I want to like taste it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still covering every fucking surface. I would say the taste is like combine poop with salt, with pee, with sweat, with gunpowder.
Disgusting.
And it's so slimy that it's like resting on almost every surface of these or the like lower 3 feet of this tunnel, because that's where it, that was the peak of the water line where you guys are. And everyone's just kind of slumped down, and I think Rathaclick will look over at you, Mardak, and say, "Perhaps a rest."
No, there's signs of life in here.
I'm not getting bugbears to move.
Do I know what kind of animal or creature might be living in here?
Roll a nature check for that one. Yeah, so, I mean, you can instantly scratch off a huge list of creatures, so I'm not going to go over all of those. In terms of things that do actually live in here, the lack of water limits it immensely. So what you'd need to be is a predator that does not require fungus, because there are barely any fungus in these tunnels. We're talking cloakers, we're talking otyugs, we're talking onkegs, because they eat rock. Clearly a giant was somewhere in these tunnels, based on what Munch said. So predators, now the thing is, they're going to be rare, because a predator without prey is nothing. So there's probably only going to be a couple of predators in this whole tunnel system, just because there's not that much life to begin with.
We need to leave now. We need to go back through that tunnel.
Rathaclick will shake his head. We don't know where we are. We're half-starved, we're waterlogged and exhausted. That's not how you get a legion to function.
This is the home of something evil.
Then we'll kill it.
Everything's the home of something evil. That's why we're here. That's everything sucks.
I think a couple of the bugbears will nod at that.
Let's at least get out of the water.
Okay. I'm kind of like that.
Yeah. Easier said than done. That tide, I mean, it probably wasn't the collapse of the entire trade deep, because something that catastrophic, you're pretty sure would just like, I mean, you guys don't have engineer brains, but just like gut instinct, you feel like that would like destroy a decent chunk of Jervoskarag if the entire trade deep fell inward, and you guys would be dead. So you're not sure like what extent of a breach that was, but as you wander, again, these tunnels are not on your map, so you guys are basically just wandering random fucking tunnel interchanges.
We can't go back the way we came?
What way did you come? You were just like you were getting swept away by water. It's not like you were choosing particular routes or whatever. The water was just following the lowest point.
We can't go up?
Of course you can go up.
Then we
Maybe
go
that
up.
was out around because we got.
Yeah, you go up the first tunnel that goes up, and it still has signs of water, and you continue following upward. Are we just going up until we see something dry?
Wait, there should still be like remnants of flowing of water, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, then we follow that flow.
That flow goes way past where you guys were deposited. The reason you guys were deposited was because the flow rate of the water decreased to such a degree that it could no longer carry like fully sized creatures. It wasn't that it stopped. That water continues going down and down and down and down.
That should be the source from where we come, because there was no water here before. So that should have been the
but
tunnel.
The source is every direction. I mean, this entire tunnel. Again, we're not dealing with like a single tunnel. We're dealing with thousands of tunnels. So all the tunnels were filled with water, with this massive thing of water, and it all started lowering down following the lowest point. So there's like 15 different creeks, all leading to the one room where you guys had been previously like organized.
My vote is that we regroup.
We need to regroup at higher land. There's creatures down here, and there could be more water coming.
If we run into something as we are, we're going to lose cohesion.
We have to get to better ground. Like, we can regroup there.
Don't know if it's better ground.
I say we just go
Where's
up
better
for now.
ground?
I think Rathclick will stand and say, well, at the very least, it would be nice not to be in a tunnel slick with filth. We can find something that's dry. I'm sure you bugbears would like that, having your fur not be stuck to your skin.
Ugh.
Most of them don't care.
Munch cares.
That's good. I'm glad that Munch cares. Most of them are used to a sweaty cuddle puddle, so this doesn't mean shit to them.
Water's a bad sweaty cuddle puddle.
It is not great, but listen, it takes so much effort.
You know what? You make a good point.
But yeah, I think Rathclick will start, pulling people up, and you guys just follow any upward sloping tunnel you can find, going up and up and up, and eventually you find a mine shaft with a still intact dwarvish metal lift that goes upward, straight up, not like sloping upward, but directly up, which would certainly elevate you above the water. Do you want to take it?
Is it on our map at all?
Nope. As far as you can tell. But again, the problem is before, this map doesn't tell you where you. This map doesn't tell you where you are. It just gives you a map. And before you knew where you were, so you're able to pinpoint. Okay, we're here, so let's look at nearby things. But there are literally in this one area thousands of tunnels, and to find the exact one with a mine shaft that resembles the mine shaft you're in without any measurement tools, I think is going to be really, really, really hard. You need to know where you were to figure out where you are on the map.
Well, we knew where we were.
You did previously.
I don't know how far we got washed, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I say we go up it, but we can.
Rathclick would agree. You just need a dry night's sleep.
Wait.
Yeah.
Journey up, then down, then around, then up, then paradise. Went down. We were descending as we went through that tunnel before we got the wash around by the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
This might be our up.
I'm not convinced we understand what it is the gods want from us, so I say we take our natural path.
If it's prophetic,
Oh,
it
no.
will do regardless.
That is my thought as well. Perhaps by up and down they mean only great travels on the pitch stairs, or perhaps they meant minute travels. Perhaps by going up and down the stairs of some building in the trade deep we are following our destiny. In this case, we should do what it takes to be... Listen, I trust the will of the Triumvirate. Its interpretation is often opaque. We should do what we need to survive.
Maybe up and down is emotional up and down. I'm feeling that a lot.
I think Rathaclick will say, as valid as an interpretation as any other.
What's this elevator made of?
Steel.
Oh man,
Stainless
we're rich.
steel. Well,
We
if
just
you can
have to
figure out how to break it
salvage
off. Yeah, exactly. If you can salvage it, you are rich, and then carry it.
Just return to the trade deeps.
Yeah, as the ceiling is like collapsing inward, you're like, okay, we can make a profit, guys. You old goblin shit.
If it's made of steel, there should be something on the map.
Probably. Correct. This is probably a Dwarvish tunnel, therefore it probably is on the map. It's just finding which of the probably hundreds of mine shafts this one is going to be. You just need more data points. You need like an intersection that's unique looking. You need like a measurement system that you can compare to the Dwarvish map. Like, okay, this thing is 30 furlongs. That's also 30 furlongs. This is probably this tunnel. You just need anything.
I'm getting on the platform.
Based. I think Rathaclick will also get on there. It can fit almost half your tribe, especially the goblins. So he'll start organizing a group to go up with you and him. And
What's it lifted by?
a crank system that you crank each like every 6. Like you crank it goes up by 6 inches, and then you crank it again. Crank.
Fuck. I don't know this.
Rankin.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
I have a worse feeling about staying in here.
You have a bad feeling about everything.
All that's left is bad feelings. Munch, go up.
Munch, you are assigned to crank duty since you're one of the few bugbears that can be trusted. And you, using basically all the strength that's left in your upper body, begin to crank, slowly ratcheting up your tribe. And it's not easy, by the way. The more people are on this lift, the harder it is to crank, and about 30 members of your tribe are on this platform. Luckily, it is like weight assisted because of the pulley system, but it's not easy. And it takes almost 15 minutes for you to crank the 30 people up the 80-foot shaft. But up here,
15 minutes of just straight cranking.
straight cranking, and you're taking breaks, of course, because you can't crank your hog for that. I mean,
He's
sorry,
got a
crank
bad
your
back.
platform. Oh yeah, Andy's got a bad back.
Gonna need to see a goblin chiropractor after this.
Real shit.
80 feet. You said.
80
Can I
feet.
locate that on the map?
No, because you don't. There's no measurement system on the map. Also, you don't.
Rope.
You're not. Okay. 4 things.
That'd be
1.
10 ropes.
Okay. No. On the map, there is no measurement system. There's no legend on the map. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure, but
Okay. Cool.
I've been certain places to this map, so can I compare those certain places to the length of
This can be done,
shaft?
but this is a multi-hour, perhaps day-long or more activity, because again, there are hundreds of shafts just in the small area you're in that you need to compare this to. And it can't be like kind of similar. It has to be the exact same for you to know where you are. And again, you don't know what is, like, maybe this shaft was here, but maybe the tunnel you just came up from, that wasn't there. Like, you have to have a certain level of like skepticism for the information, and doing that search plus having to guess the length of the things based on other places in the middle deeps, which again, you're not even sure if those are the same size. It's all going to take a lot of time.
I've been down this hole before. We don't want to go down here. Trust me.
It just takes a lot of time to do all this cross-referencing with the knowledge that this is imperfect. It's
Is
not
there
possible.
any
It's doable.
like glaring dangers, like a dwarvish station at the top of one of these?
You're asking if any of the mine shafts in the sector connect to a dwarvish what?
Yeah, like I don't know, so something that would alert me to danger. Like
Okay,
this
kind
is
of.
Golem
Yes,
Forge,
I will say
or
kind
this
of.
is-
Yes, there are. So
Yeah.
throughout this area, which on this map is not labeled, some of the things on this map are labeled. Trade Deep is labeled in Dwarvish, etc. Middle Deep's not so much, but this area is not labeled. You don't know what this region is called. It's just a bunch of fucking mine shafts. There are 4 Dwarvish bunkers, like defensive bunkers. There is one what's called a supply cache. That's just how they label it. And then there is what they call a defensive command center. And that's it. In this whole region of literally, I think I said before, literally thousands of tunnels, it's only 6 structures in the whole area. And they're very spread
Right.
out.
And are they atop any of these shafts?
Yes, the Dwarvish command center is defensive command center is, the rest are not.
Okay, well, we're heading up anyway. If we see any fucking dwarvish buildings, we'll know where we are.
Sure. You guys ratchet your way to the top, and by you guys, I mean Munch. Munch cranks it for 15 minutes. Call him Soja Boy. And at the top of the tunnel, like at the very top of this platform, you just see an intersection, like an interchange of 8 connected tunnels in a wide open room. This is the most obvious creator architecture you've ever seen. No goblin would ever try to make a room look pretty and functional. They just pick one or the other. But this is like, it's a very pretty hexagonal or octagonal room with like 8 separate mining tunnels. A very unique piece of mining architecture. And then, Munch, it's time to crank your way back down so that you can pick up the other half of the tribe and crank for another 15 minutes.
Munch will lay on the ground at the top for like a good 5 minutes at least.
Yeah, I think Rathaclick will hand you half of his food ration.
I've got the perfect idea.
Rathaclick.
Hold on.
Wait, where is it?
I'm gonna whip him and give him like strength or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna whip him and use the help action on him.
Oh man, yeah. You give him cohort discipline, so you just stand on the lift and shout at him in his ear while he's like cranking for the next 15 minutes. Every turn, you just keep shouting at him, and you do it.
Trying to keep a pace.
Yeah, you manage to get down, Munch, and lift up the other half of the tribe. And when you reach the top, you think this is the most tired you've been in your entire life. You can't even really think of competition. If someone tried to make you do something right now, you think you'd kill them, to be honest.
Even that, maybe even too tired to do that.
Yeah, true. Too tired to even kill someone. A peak bugbear, just sleep. Yeah, and the bugbears have already formed a cuddle puddle over in the corner. This tribe is not moving without like severe levels of violence.
Munch is on top of the cuddle pile.
Yeah. And I think Rathaclick will glance around the room, this very, as I said, distinct mining architecture, and glance at you, Mardak, and say, well, doesn't look half bad to defend. Wide open space, vaulted ceiling. I mean, obviously having 8 avenues of approach isn't ideal, but could certainly have worse places to defend.
Should have at least a guard in each one listening.
I was thinking we try to keep centrally around this platform, just have a couple of guards, rather than...
No, I meant a guard, like, at the entrance to each one, with an ear down the tunnel.
I see.
Any noise coming through the tunnel will carry.
He kind of counts the heads of the various hobgoblins in the room and just kind of sighs. We'll have to put some goblins on guard duty then.
Surely there's a few Dominus-like goblins.
No, not anymore. No, sorry, you have one. Zibble. I forgot about Zibble.
Okay, Zibble.
Zibble is one of your followers.
We have a goblin named Zupa.
Yeah, you know Zupa. Poppet and Pock are good friends. Meebs. You can set up a guard duty, and the bugbears are exhausted. I'd say the goblins and hobgoblins, you could probably be awake for another hour. Unlike the bugbears, you can do more than one thing a day. And so Mardak, Yapper, and Hiss, we have some free time. We're in a very small, this interchange is not super large. Like, you can see every member of your tribe from anywhere in the room, essentially. But what do we want to do with what time we have before we go sleep time?
Nature check, looking for threats.
There is no moisture in this tunnel at all, which is very similar to the rest of the tunnels in this area. So you probably think it'd be the same as down there. If there will be very little life. What life there will be concentrated around sources of water. Predators will have a slightly higher chance because they can hunt like lost goblins and stuff. But overall, life will be sparse here.
Is there any chance I could get a couple bugbears? Oh no, they're all sleeping. Fuck.
Yep. It would take Grosh himself to wake them up.
Or a bit of food.
And a little bit of food. True. That's some real shit. That's the deep lore.
I'm wondering if there's anything we could leave at like the base of this shaft so we could signal to anybody that we lost that we're up here. I have a hooded
How
lantern.
many did we lose? I don't know if we should.
You lost 4 up in the trade deep, and then you like running through the urban area, and you lost another 4 in the tunnels from the rush of water.
I think anyone that got swept away by that water is not coming back. That's my opinion.
Fuck, maybe. I guess I'm just looking at the map, seeing if I can find out where we are.
Actually, you can. An 8-way intersection that's made octagonal is like a pretty unique piece of architecture. Most of these tunnels were not nearly as planned, and you can find yourself. You guys are very high. According to this map, you've essentially ascended something like half a mile, which doesn't feel quite right, but that is, if you were to guess. But you've almost gotten higher than the lowest level of the trade deep, so you've almost like gone back to the same height you were when you entered the tunnel fleeing the giant. In terms of how this connects to the other, actually, yeah, that's where you're at. You're just very high up in this tunnel system at the moment.
I cranked it.
You cranked that shit. Now, that was only 80 feet, so it must have been the upward slope that you guys were walking, or maybe the water didn't take you nearly as deep as you thought. Either way, you're quite high up in the tunnel system at the moment. And he did crank that shit.
Is there any way out from here, or is there any way back to the path that we were on?
There is no way out from here, because again, that tunnel that you guys were following, as far as you can tell, is the only one that connected to specifically the pitch stairs. But in regards to if there's other ones, if there's a way back, there totally is a way back. You'd basically go down and then right and then down and then past one of the Dwarvish bunkers and then down and then you'd be there.
Oh, of course we go past the bunkers.
There are other routes if you want to add a lot of extra shenanigans to your journey.
Mostly worried about the water, but
yeah, that is kind of an unfixable problem, because the tunnel that is taking you to the pitch stairs, it does at one point connect to a mine shaft that goes straight up for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet. However, to get to that part, you have to go through the lowest parts as well, which means water.
I think Yapper's just kind of freaking out a little bit. So he's going to go into the corner, start mumbling into himself and looking through his book.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Hiss? What are you up to?
I had bought some of the opium at the market before
Yes, you
we
did.
left.
Yes, you did.
So I'm gonna try that because he's gotten over angry at Yapper.
That's awesome, man. Are you going to the corner to smoke opium? That's so sick, man. That's so sick. Your decadence will be the fall of the Celestial Kingdom type shit. That's fucking awesome,
it's like a psychedelic because he's never had it before.
Yeah,
so.
and he is sorely disappointed by the actual experience. He doesn't even see God.
He's gonna pray for interpretation of Yapper's vision that he can understand. And then he's gonna smoke the opium.
Okay. Roll a religion check. Mostly for the interpretation, not the opium.
Yeah.
Okay. You think about it a lot as you're very mellow. You're just like laying on the ground, smoking opium out of a pipe, staring up at the dwarvish carved ceiling. You can see like these little reliefs of creator miners like slowly breaking stones. And you think about that vision a lot. It's Munch's first, which is important. It's definitely from Grosh, which is also important. And I think you come up with, in kind of Hiss's worldview, I think there are two explanations. One, this is Grosh telling Munch that he is paying attention to him. Like, that's it. That could just be that. Like a, I recognize you as my servant type thing. Option two, it is telling you that the mountains are going to break open. It's a prophecy rather than a prediction. And it's telling you that something is going to shatter open the mountains and spew forth magma and other, liquid things that rest in mountains all over the world.
The second one's kind of scary.
Pretty scary. But there is precedent. It is known that Gomric is what the creators called a volcano, and it had erupted at some point in the past. That's why it's called Old Smoky, because it still smokes.
All right, well, he'll just crash out in his opium haze.
You let it take you, and soon Mardak, of the council, only you and Rathaclick are still sitting there looking at the map. And I think Rathaclick will glance at you. How are you doing?
Fine, all things considered. I'm not injured.
That is not what I was asking.
Honestly, I'm impressed. I thought the tribe would crumble under less than we've been through.
I did as well. I thought their children would have all died by now. The fact that even half their number live is surprising. There has been something that concerns me. Do you recognize the law of strength? That he who is stronger deserves to be in charge?
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
I guess you could say, when it comes to that, we view ourselves as one, and we deserve to be in charge.
I've noticed that. I think it will be your doom. Our tribe only exists because of your strength. If Munch had not killed my big one, I would not be in this tribe. I follow the law of strength, as does most of our tribe. The blood spores only exist in their present form because they recognize that fundamental law. Our gods recognize that law. It is why Onket is most powerful among the Triumvirate, because he was stronger than the other two. He crawled his way out of Bayag's corpse first. He is big one. You don't believe that. Not truly. Nor does Munch, nor does Yapper. You believe that you as a tribe should be separate from the law of strength. That other tribes should recognize your autonomy, that it is about the preservation of the tribe rather than the following of our laws. I think it will be the death of this tribe.
There's a chance of that.
I do not just mean the death of the tribe, because tribes are only as strong as their strongest warrior, and if the tribe does not recognize the law of strength, I fear that once Munch falls, I think this tribe could fall apart at the seams. He is Big One, regardless of whether you all recognize it. The bugbears follow him, they don't follow the rest of you. The hobgoblins follow you out of a sense of religious extremism, which I can respect. They respect chain of command, but you can't have a tribe of just hobgoblins. And the goblins, well, they go whichever way the wind takes them, and at present, Munch is strongest. I know that you and others, you have your own vision, that you are a tribe, that you're something separate, that you can unite us all under one banner. But I am not like you. I recognize the law of strength, and Munch is the big one. It's how everyone else in the tribe sees it, except for those who were living in your tunnels in the Middle Deeps.
If you and most of the others see that and behave like that is true, then are we that different as a tribe than any others?
Yes, because you delude yourself that it is otherwise. I only warned you of this because I respect you, Mardak. I think that there are members of this tribe, Yapper, Blam. I think they will die agonizingly because they cannot recognize the law of strength, but you at times have shown a smarter head on your shoulders. If we go up the pitch stairs and meet a tribe stronger than us, there is honor in knowing when you are beaten. This is what the Triumvirate tell us with their tales, and it's what we should enact in reality as well. I will not lay down my life in some heroic last stand to defend a tribe that is not anything more than a collection of people. I will follow the law of strength.
I understand your counsel. I do believe you view everything through the lens of Dominus. And obviously I can understand that. But there's more to our existence than just who is the strongest and who is at the top. It is a part of us, but it's not all of us.
I can see the wisdom in that as well. Obviously, you are a cleric of Dominus, his pain master. I am not. He saw fit to revive you, which means he does not view you as opposed to his aims in this world. At the same time, it is, I believe, the hypocrisy that I warn you of. Your tribe is held together by the law of strength, whether you know it or not. You may not agree with that, but you need to recognize it as a material fact.
Then I should position myself to take over in case Munch dies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All it takes is his death and everything falls apart, but if there were someone to step up and take the reins of power, I cannot do it. I am too old and not half strong enough, nor can I cast magic as you can, but you, or one of the other Booyags perhaps. It is the bugbears most important to win over.
A lot to think of. Valuable information. I'll try. Next.
I'll nod and go about checking in on the sentries guarding the tunnels. I guess just for the chowder at home. Basic sent a message that said the worm tongue motherfucker, which is why I think there was some laughter. It does have
a scheming unit.
Oh yeah, scheming unit. Yeah, it does give those vibes for sure. All right, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
All right, you all get a night's rest. So short rest, in other words, which doesn't do a lot because most hit dice are spent. Not all of them, but most of them are.
Well, when we last got a short rest when we leveled up, I think so.
Is that true?
Or didn't get one, so I have my one hit die from post level up.
Nice.
I've still got 4 hit dice. I don't know if that's real or not. I don't think I've taken like barely any damage though.
That's true. You almost never take any damage.
Yeah, boy got his second win back.
You gonna use it frame 1?
No. Well, maybe I should. Last time I didn't use it frame 1, I got fucking pelted by a rock giant.
It's true,
Or
because you
by
can't use it
rock
as a
giant.
reaction.
Yeah. All right. Give me this.
Wow. Okay. Well, the tribe awakens in their little octagonal tunnel intersection. What you guys have to do?
I would like to check on the mushrooms. Is there anything we can do to help that situation?
Yeah, I think Blam probably spent the better part of the night taking them all out of the box and then repacking the box because they were getting drowned by water. But by putting in new body parts and new soil, and by replacing the waterlogged soil, the new soil will get wet because the outside of the box is wet, but it'll be better than it was. Realistically, what you need is to just plant them. But this is not the place. So now what?
I suppose we're trying to get back on track. We're trying to go back to that tunnel.
So we're going the way of the bunker?
Oh, there's that evil suggestion again. What paths do we have?
Well, there's the bunker path, which is the quickest. Then you can take an alternative path, but it'll probably take about a day to get back to where you were.
Give me a sec.
Sure. What are the rest of you guys feeling?
Like alternate paths to the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, if you're trying to get specifically to the pitch stairs and then higher than the trade deep, the only route is the one that you guys found before all of this. If you're willing to go lower on the pitch stairs, or you're willing to go to different places, then there's lots of other routes to escape. But if you guys want to go to the middle deeps, if you want to go back home, there's a ton of routes there.
Let's go.
I would prefer not to.
You could say what's up to the Red Weeps and hang out with them a bit.
The Red Weeps are probably taken care of by now.
Yeah?
Surely.
Okay, then you could say what's up to the Venom Drinkers or whoever else has now taken your home.
Oh, my theory's totally right. Oh, no.
Yeah, if we do know a way of going back and then getting to somewhere, I guess we have to go there. Just going ahead blind seems...
So yeah, I mean, if you want to get back to the original tunnel you were on, the quickest way to do that is to go past an ancient dwarvish bunker that's marked on your tablet. But otherwise, you'd have to take a whole day.
That
or
flesh
longer.
golem did come from these tunnels. Maybe
It's
there's
true.
a way up in here.
There probably is, yeah. If you're trying to go to the surface, there most certainly is. One would
I would
imagine.
say we could follow its tracks, but they probably wiped out now the water came through.
Well, you could just find every tunnel that goes up and just keep following them until eventually you get really up. Are we trying to go to the surface?
I guess. Hold on. Let me read my shit. Because I don't think...
We have Mardak the Navigator and Yapper as the spiritual heart of our tribe. Without Yapper, we're what do we do?
No, hold on. Because if we go up the pitch... I mean, we're just trying to get to the surface, right? No reason to just go up.
Yeah, I mean, if surface
There was no reason.
If the surface is
think we-
paradise.
Surface is paradise, if that's true. And then also, we don't have to go through the Grand Atrium and, Bardock Doom and
Yeah. You
all
skip so
that,
much stuff.
shit that...
The surface skip.
Yeah, any percent.
Any % surface skip. Okay, is that what we're going for?
I like it.
Yeah, we avoid the
I
bunker
feel like
path,
when
we just
Kasich gets
go-
back in 3 minutes, he's gonna be bevving and being like, "No, guys, we have to follow the god's will. We have to go up, down, around, and then down again."
Well, yeah, listen, to be fair, that one little hole that was in Beric Doom that had the pathway didn't even have up, down, around, and up your butthole.
That's true. It does not go up your butthole. That is some real stuff.
It didn't do the up, down, around thing, I thought.
Can you
I didn't even
verify
do
that
that.
with 100% certainty, though? You can't. So,
Can't verify. No, up the butthole. Alright. I think we can go up.
Okay.
Munch say, go up.
Marduk, you
Marduk,
have the
read-
tablet. You are the navigator.
Marduk, read.
How did he become navigator?
Because he just took the tablet. That's it. That's all it really required.
I am
Munch
the
couldn't
holy
be
tablet
navigator.
interpreter.
I think Yapper recovered it and then gave it to like the party, and then the party like handed it off to Marduk, and Marduk's just held on to it ever since.
I had been the
Because
one
I
who had it.
I think because I
Like,
speak
figured
Dwarvish,
it
I don't know
out.
who else does.
Oh, maybe that's why. Either way,
Munch can be navigator if Marduk does not be.
do you read? Can you read Dwarvish?
No.
Welcome back, Kasich. They want to go to the surface.
Yeah, that's the plot.
Oh, wicked. All right, then sounds like we're all agreed.
Wait, which path to the surface?
The quickest one, directly up.
The correct one.
Bunker.
Trying to retrace the steps of the flesh golem and follow them up.
Look, the gods gave us a path. It's through fucking Eye Stealer territory. Give me a sec, I'm a little out of breath. I just had to walk a bunch of stairs.
Yapper is still recovering from his crash out the night before.
It's hard being a schizo.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Good effort.
No one ever says it, but it's true.
Munch
No,
said
yeah.
to go through Great Atrium. Marduk do other bullshit.
The what bullshit?
Other bullshit.
Other bullshit. I see. Okay.
That's a bullshit. Up pitch stairs. Gotta go.
That's the path the gods ordained. That's our best bet.
Through Buttock Doom.
Yeah.
But that's easier.
You don't know that. We know what we face in Barrack-Dune. We don't know what we face on other paths.
All those famous, goblinoid stories of heroes who chose the easy path instead of the god-ordained path, and it turned out great for them.
Listen, how do you think the goblins survived?
True.
Resistant.
So true.
The divinely ordained path is the easy path.
That just never happens.
So, which one? Are we going the path we believe is ordained, or are we going trying to rocket straight up to the surface?
Is it time for an augury?
You haven't gotten,
Auguries.
Yeah, you haven't gotten the long rest
So
yet.
it's still very high. It'd be a 50% chance to fail, I
Oh.
believe now.
Is that... I feel like we're never getting any long rests.
Then you should
Ever.
force
Ever
take one.
again.
Just take one here. If you want a long rest, take a
No.
long rest.
I feel like we should at least get out of the path of the water before we rest, because we don't want to be trapped in here.
I don't care which way we go as long as we go forward.
Okay, I gotta do a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We've just been chatting a little bit about the situation the party is in. Marduk, make me an intelligence check as you look at this tablet, looking for patterns in the map that are similar to the tunnel junction you're currently located at.
Intelligence.
Yeah. This is an instance where being a goblinoid is very overpowered. If a human had to look at this map and identify what these like architectural octagonal things mean, in these tunnels, I don't think they would be able to identify it. But goblinoids are a lot quicker on the uptake, and I think as you look around at, you compare in your memory the types of tunnels that you've seen that aren't on the map versus the types that are. You look at this map and all that stuff, and it seems as if in the tunnels around Javos Karag, all across the entire hold, there are like 4 distinct types of tunnels. There are the first layers of tunnels, which you can call whatever. We're just going to call it Type 1. Type 1 tunnels, these were dug very hastily. They're pretty wide, and they seem to be like a method of strip mining. The second, Type 2, seems like exploratory tunnels. They're very small. They snake for miles and miles and miles, like they're looking for something. Type 3 are like these, where they're designed to excavate as much like stone, as much material as possible. Like they found a vein of something that they wanted, and they decided to strip mine that whole area using these like very secure, stable mining foundations. But each of these, like the mine you're in right now, it has a little bit of all 3. It has like Type 3 at the center, it has Type 3 at the edges, but then it also has Type 2 looking for further veins and stuff like that. And then Type 4 are the tunnels dug by goblins, which are chaotic, to put it simply.
There's Type 4s on the map?
No, they're not on the map. Those are the types of tunnels you've seen that aren't on the map.
Right.
So yes, there are lots of other, to answer your initial question that was in the when we weren't recording, yes, there are many other places that are like where you are right now. They are essentially the centers of mines. And there are, just doing some rough back of the napkin things as you look around, there are probably around 2,000 or 3,000 mines across Javos Karag.
Okay.
And you're in the heart of one of them.
How much of a risk are we at right now of getting flooded out again?
If a similar amount of water came down the tunnel as did before, it would never even reach you.
What I'm worried about is it'll flood the lower parts of the tunnel where we need to traverse and block it off. Like, we're not in
Likely.
danger now.
It's distinctly possible. Also, if the entire trade deep collapses, you are giga-fucked.
Yeah, so we gotta move out of here.
Could have just been like a one-time small little bit of water, you know?
Yeah.
And then we're good.
No, totally
We're
could have
chilling.
been. Yeah.
It wasn't apocalyptic levels.
Yeah, I mean, like, the apocalypse has never happened before, so how could it happen now? Like, that, there's no
So
prior
true.
precedent for apocalypse. Xander's high-pitched, like, worried noise. Bro's like a Silk Song character. What the fuck?
Dapper's just holding a sign. The sky is falling. The end is now.
Dude, you are literally Chicken Little. That's crazy. What are we doing, guys?
Falling.
Are we going up? You know, I'll break it down to... There are 2 really simple... I guess 3 decisions that you can make right now. 1, do we go back to the original tunnel that takes us to the pitch stairs and then we go up from there? Do we go to the surface, or do we just take a rest and leave it for later?
No, we're going to the tunnel. Executive
I-
decision. We gotta get the
Uh,
fuck out of here.
You know what?
We gotta
Munch
get the fuck
will
out.
exert, like, yeah, sure. We let's go back through.
Okay.
Tunnel.
Well, considering you're the guy that has to crank down the entire tribe, your voice holds some weight. So you begin the process of cranking down the entire tribe. It's quicker going down than up, though. Thank God. It's about half as many pumps, so it takes 7.5 minutes instead of 15. And yeah, you bring down the tribe, and then the other tribe. The air here is still humid, and the ground is still wet because it's only been a day, and there's not much evaporation happening. And you guys begin. And now that we're going back to the tunnel, are we taking the long route, which takes a day, or are we taking the short route, which takes us past the Dorvish bunker?
Long.
Short route.
Sure.
Okay, we have 2 for short, 1 for long. Hiss, you could
You
be
guys
the
love-
tie maker.
What's the difference?
Short route takes you past what is marked on your map as an old Dorvish bunker, and then the long route takes an entire day. entire
short
spore
route,
cycle.
not
Okay,
stupid.
short route. All right.
Guys, please type 3s there.
Alrighty.
No.
Probably what there? Well, then we kill them and we get good
Fucking
stuff. 'cause it's a
base?
dwarf
Fucking
hunter.
We get
base?
free bunker
Red
stuff
metal
and a shorter
golems.
route. Yeah.
All
very
right.
Red
well.
metal golems.
Three of
No.
you outvote him, and you know,
No, it's not going to be a red metal golem because this thing displays where golems are.
Oh,
We find
Does it?
the
Oh, you're
golem
right.
master switch
Does it?
there.
does it?
I thought it did.
It displays
Yeah, it
4
did.
dots on the map.
Oh, I thought it displayed where golems were.
No,
No,
the tuning fork like hums when there's a golem near.
correct.
Oh, well,
Whatever
let's
it
keep
is.
that at ready.
So we have
Yeah.
Mardak at the front of the column holding his like tablet and holding his tuning fork. Bro looks like the most tech wizard shit of all time. Full plate armor, tuning fork, tablet, like most cursed fucking Apple employee. Yeah, you continue to you begin to walk down the hall and guiding your tribe. Dude, I love Magitech. It's so funny. And yeah, you're guiding them, Mardak.
Science, right?
Yeah. This is sorry, it's not science. Yeah, and this short route only is not. It's really not going to take that long. It's it's just not that far. You guys begin to walk, and as you head into the large open tunnel that contains the bunker, you don't see anything. There's no like big golem. There's no giant like vault door or anything like that. It's just a tunnel. Could just walk right past it.
Now I want to see what's inside.
Secret bunker. Find secret path.
Sure. Are we looking for the bunker entrance then?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
let's get a perception check from actually Munch. Roll me raw intelligence. I think this would be relatively obvious to the rest of the party, but I just want to see if Munch can get there. Munch,
my mind is starting to do that,
Munch,
but then-
you're a fucking genius.
he's a
You
fucking
notice
genius.
that in this tunnel there are stalactites on the ground, which doesn't make any sense because this is not a natural cavern. Those are fake stalactites. Everyone else noticed this almost frame 1, by the way, because you guys are walking down this like clearly carved tunnel. Like, you know, this is made by dwarves, and there's just like stalactites all over the ground. Those are obviously not real. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Stalactites take, a really long time to form. But yeah, Munch, you feel like you cracked the fucking matrix.
There's
Oh,
still
there might be
active.
goblins.
Not
Might be
real.
goblin.
I break a stalactite.
You walk over, you punch it, it hurts so fucking bad, and it makes this loud ringing noise, like the sound of like metal, like kind of vibrating.
Munch figured it out. Medic. Tuning fork. Hit it.
Okay.
You hit
Ping
your
the tuning fork thing.
you hit your tuning fork on one of them, and it starts to kind of vibrate.
Fuck.
These like painted. Can I scrape them a little bit?
You can, and it will certainly work. This, whatever material this paint is made out of, it's not whatever you guys use. Fungal dyes. So you basically take a mushroom, you boil it, etc., etc. This is not that. This is like some sort of like kind of like gooey paint. Like when you peel it, it kind of like chips off and then comes off in these like long kind of gooey strips. And underneath, it's just steel. It's just like hard steel. It's painted over steel.
Is this like embedded into the ground? Can we take this?
No, it's not embedded into the ground. But you also can't take it. Not with your hands, anyways. Too heavy.
Open sesame.
You say open
Munch, can you
sesame,
lift
Munch,
this?
and it does nothing. Sedka.
Can you lift this, Munch?
Munch can try.
Munch, I'm going to draw what this little thing looks like. Actually, no, I don't even need to. It's a stalactite. How are you picking it up? What is your method here?
Is the paint on it like uneven? Because I'm probably
Yes,
just gonna,
it's
like,
spackled, so it has like a rocky texture to it.
Yeah, it probably won't help, but I'm going to like try and like bend over forward. So I'm kind of like upside down and like wrap around it and like try and like twist it, like pull it off, like by
Holy fuck.
twisting like
That is
the
a
bottom
crazy
off sideways.
strat. Yeah, roll an athletics check.
Athletics.
You pull really hard, and the end result of this is that you literally deglove all the paint from the top of it, like off it, because you do this like corkscrew motion, and it causes this kind of like plasticky paint to just like twist and then tear, and all of it tears off the top of this thing, and your arms are like, you know, you have all like the little spackling like stabbing into your forearms as you like peel the paint away, but the metal does not move.
Someone find button for open. Go!
Okay, some of the bugbears start to like poke random sections of stone.
Like peel off some of the paint on walls as well, I assume.
The walls are not painted. No, they're not painted to look like rock because they are rock. Yeah, what you will find is that because you peel away the rest of the paint on the stalactite, they just have hinges. They only open one way, which is like you flip them open. And he was trying to like do some crazy like twisting motions, so you can just flip the stalactite and it should open from one side.
Punch, push it from here. Here, look.
I like get ready to like push it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
as if
yeah.
it's something really heavy.
Yeah, and it slams backwards because you pull like you push on it so hard it just like flings backwards. One of the goblins like shrieks as they dodge out of the way as this like stalactite slams open. And yeah, there's now just like, so basically the stalactite like bends backwards on its hinges, so it's now like flat against the ground, and there's just an opening into the earth. And you can see that the stalactite, only visible from the inside, has a little opening big enough for the barrel of your blame hammer.
Oh shit.
I'm a hammer barrel.
Into the hole?
Yeah, you stick it in the hole, and you know, you're not dwarfs creator sized, so you're not sure what it would be like for them, but if you put a goblin in this little stalactite, you'd have a little bunker. You could shoot out into the hallway from within the stalactite.
What is the point of this?
It doesn't keep going down? It's just like
Oh, it does keep going down.
hole?
No, yeah.
Oh.
The hole keeps going down, yeah. At the bottom, like, so basically there's enough area to stand, and then there's another hatch, but this one has a more traditional, like, spinny kind of like bulkhead lock. You're familiar with them from the water filtration system.
Mm-hmm.
Open it.
Oh, like the one that Stovebelly was behind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Much can't fit down there.
You needed a
Open
goblin
it.
or a hobgoblin to open it for you.
I'll open it and
All right.
go down there.
Yeah, Hiss, you climb down into the little, like, stalactite, like, little standing bunker. Then you pull on the bulkhead. It kind of tugs and tugs and tugs and tugs, and eventually you kind of, like, break whatever rust was holding the mechanism, and you spin it open, and it opens downward, and you kind of grab onto the ladder to your side, Hiss, and you lower down. And what you find is a very spacious bunker. Inside, there is room for maybe 50, like basically your entire tribe, to be honest. And within, you can see that this place was clearly like stripped of all of its supplies. Like the floors are clean, like dusty, but like empty. And you can see that there's little tunnels that lead off to all those other stalactites. So this bunker had like 18 different shooting positions that it could shoot anywhere in the approaching tunnel. And perhaps most oddly to you, on one of the walls, there is like alive, like you can see the tunnel. Like there's just, the tunnel is also on this wall, which is really crazy to you. And the last thing is that while most of this bunker is one room, there is another doorway, this one also closed by a bulkhead.
I'm staring at the tunnel.
Yeah, you can see your whole tribe is up there. You can see Munch is scratching his balls. Everyone just, it's like very current.
I'm gonna have a moment like one of those when they played the Railroad movie for the first time and the audience got up and ran away, and I'm just gonna try and talk to like Munch on the screen.
Yeah. You walk up to the screen and try to talk to Munch. Munch, you can hear his voice echoing from like down inside of the bunker, but you can't hear what he's saying because it's too echoey.
What?
It's safe down here. You can walk through the.
What?
I'll climb down.
Get down here.
Yeah, you climb down, Yapper, and you see all the same things. You know, a massive open bunker, no like tables, like it's been completely emptied. And then on the wall, just the tunnel, like just straight up, you can see the tunnel. from the above you, and you can see your whole tribe kind of gathered there looking down.
Did we go up in our time from traveling the tunnel?
No. You've been going
No?
down.
Okay, so we're still not out of the flood zone yet.
No. In fact, this is actually in the flood zone. Earlier you weren't, but now you are. Because there's water stains in this tunnel.
Hmm.
Not in this bunker, though. The bunker is waterproof.
Well, not with all those holes.
It was. Now, how that works, that's a real quandary. But yeah, it is waterproof. What are we doing?
Do we want to just loot what we can and skedaddle?
Do we want to consider a long rest here
No, we're in the flood zone.
in a waterproof bunker?
Yeah, but the water has no place to drain. So we're going to be in this waterproof bunker forever.
Well, there is the lower deeps.
No.
He doesn't like that answer. He doesn't like it. No, I don't think there is, actually. I think we are at the lowest point of the hold.
There lies red weeps and explosions. No, thank you.
Sure. Okay, well, there is literally nothing in this main room, but there is another room connected to this central one via a turn dial.
All right, well, I'll go in there.
It's a bit high up for you.
I'll ask Munch to lift me up on the little screen.
Yeah, you
Yep.
talk to the screen. And while you're talking to the screen, Yapper walks over, jumps up, grabs the thing, and starts to rotate it. And when it swings open, Yapper, make me I guess Yapper and Hiss make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
So an explosion happens, but that's not what occurs in your two thoughts. Instead, what you realize is, oh, something's lifting me up. Oh, that's really hot. Oh my, and then you pass out. Both of you are probably going to take enough damage to knock you unconscious, I'm assuming. We'll see if it kills you outright. So the first thing is force damage. You're both taking full damage on this, and it's not an attack, so you can't use Uncanny Dodge. So you take 9 force damage on both of you. Then the lion bulk of the damage is going to be in the form of 54 fire damage.
I'm fucking glassed.
I think I'm just dead.
Are
yeah.
you dead is my question.
I have 27 total hit points.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
fucking
good.
dead.
You
Oh, fuck.
are actually dead, like a corpse. Yapper, not so much. So you're not fully gone yet, Hiss. We'll get to that in a second. But Yapper, you are unconscious. Hiss, you are dead. For the rest of you, what happens is beneath you, the earth explodes. Not the stone. Instead, fire shoots out of every single one of the stalactites. The stalactites are thrown backwards and just blast upwards, filling the entire tunnel with flames and fire and death. And then all of it is dead silent. The entire tunnel is filled with smoke and ash, and no one else is even hurt. But down beneath you, you don't hear anything. You don't hear cries of pain. It's just silent. Death save, Yapper.
Is that a Constitution check?
Nope, just D20.
No, just that's it. Yeah, good old death.
Oh. Okay.
One fail.
How far down is it?
It's like a very... No, not all of them. Just one.
Munch can fit down there, right? I
Yeah,
thought he
you
couldn't
can fit if you squeeze, yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
Well,
it's a 5-foot drop. It's not very far.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
drop down.
Yeah, you hop down into the bunker. You see Hiss's body is pretty far, actually, from the bunker entrance. He was just looking at the screen. He was just minding his own business. And then his body got flung into a corner and just, singed to nothing. And Yapper, who was actually at the bunker entrance, he got flung across the room, and his body is just kind of in a puddle next to the wall.
Is Gapper moving a little bit Or
Yeah, Yapper's moving a little bit. His hands are like kind of twitching.
okay. How far away is he?
Close enough that you can move there in one round.
Okay, I have a single spell left
You have Spare the Dying?
for Healing Word.
Blam, I believe, has Spare the Dying, right?
Blam
Spare
does,
the
but
Dying and Healing
ideally
Word.
you'd want to just heal him. There's no point in sparing the dying if you're just going to bring him up.
That's fair. I mean, obviously, but like, if we don't have the spell slots.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
No, I have
Blam
Healing
would...
Word.
There you go.
Just looking up.
Okay, cool. You heal Yapper. Yapper, you breathe into your lungs, and you look, straight across the room as, breath kind of, like your eyes are just naturally looking at the door you just opened. And in that room is nothing. It was just trapped by the creators to kill whoever overran this bunker.
Oh,
Based.
Fuck,
Where-
fuck, where's his?
You look over and you see a broken body, like literally like smoke kind of drifting off the corpse.
He fucking rushes over to him, gets on his knees and starts begging the Triumvirate, bring him back, please. I don't know what to do without the fucking prophecy. Bring him back.
Mardak and Munch, what are you guys doing?
Munch came down as well and is just going to watch, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Looking between the door and the screen and hiss.
I'm just gonna we need to get out of here now. We don't know how much of this place could do that.
Yes. When, for you, like I said, it's that brief recognition of, I'm being lifted up, oh, that hurts, and then nothing. And you appear in a dark plane. You're inside of a room. Like, all surfaces of this room are pitch black. There is no, like, substance to the surface. And there is no sky above you, just pitch black. All the walls. And you feel strange, and you kind of look down, and you can see the kind of silhouetted outline of your own body. And then you see Yapper run over, and you can't hear any words he's saying, but you can see this, like, almost like wireframe outline of his body, shaking his hands, his mask kind of like trying to like tug at his mask and just like do anything. And your eyes kind of drift over, and you see Blam. Blam has this like ribbon of red, this bright red, so saturated it almost hurts your eyes, running through the center of his chest. Mardak, the same, has a ribbon of red running through the center of his chest. And in the distance, you hear something that at first you think is thunder, but you start to realize is the barking of dogs.
There's the dogs Yakko was talking about.
Yeah. the something-headed Quagget, the dog-headed Quagget.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, the barking is getting louder. You can't really... It's weird. Your thoughts feel like they're moving slowly, kind of like molasses. And then you feel a hand kind of just grab yours, and you look over, and standing next to you is a goblin. Her face is very warded. She is fucking ancient. She is so incredibly old, and her eyes are just white. There's no like other color. They're just pure white. And she like kind of grips your hand. It hurts. It does not feel good the way that she's holding your hand. Her claws like digging into your flesh or whatever you have now. And she looks at you, and she'll say, "A calamity is coming. Millions are going to die. Some of my followers must live. This time, you receive my intervention directly. But it is a one-time deal. The rest of your tribe, let them know. The Red King rises." And Yapper, you were clinging to Hiss's body, trying to say anything that you could. And you have actually seen, in fact, everyone in your tribe has seen a cleric come back to life. This is not that. This is not like an incredibly joyous moment of revivification and new magic. Instead, You watch as Hiss's neck kind of heals a little bit, and then his eyes open. And Hiss, this is the most pain you have been in your entire life. Your resurrection as a cleric, that felt good. Like, you felt incredibly invigorated afterwards. Now, though, your throat feels like razor blades. Your skin doesn't even feel like your own. It's so burnt and ruined. And that everything that happened after death is firmly planted in your mind, which is not the case for when you were revived as a cleric. You didn't remember anything when you came back, but now you remember all of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna start screeching and crying.
Yeah, understandable reaction. It's like these choked, agonized sobs exiting your throat. And I think all of you, like Mardak especially, you would recognize that was not a clerical resurrection, whatever it was.
Whatever it was, I'm grabbing Hiss some water and giving it to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna like choke on it and vomit it out and just keep screaming.
Yes.
He's just like rolling and squirming and moaning in pain.
I want to specifically look at his eyes. Are they the same as they were the same Alket cleric?
They are the same, yeah. But they're no brighter than they were.
I would have assumed they would be brighter if that was a normal resurrection.
Indeed.
Mm.
It almost was like someone cast Revivify on him. That's the closest analogy you could have.
A
But
spell that we have but cannot cast because diamonds do not exist.
they do exist, they're just rare.
They don't exist. That's a fable.
That's true, actually. No one's ever seen it. But yeah, Yapper, you will help with Blam to lift up Hiss, and start to make your way back up into the tunnel. And
It's a great name.
once you guys get up there, that is a good meme, Xander. I just have to read it because Chowder won't see it otherwise. It says, I never even considered Anket could be a woman. Maybe I'm a bad person. It's a tweet that I think is talking about, is it Toad
Dr.
originally? A Dr. Pepper? That is so that is so much funnier than what I thought it would be. That's a good ass original tweet. That is very funny. But yeah. No, but yeah, so you guys are in the tunnel, and Hiss, it's going to take a while for you to even want to speak, much less do anything else. And I think the weirdness of the situation very quickly like spreads to the tribe. Like, they can tell this is not really, like, no one's celebrating. This is not a thing to be celebrated. This is fucking weird that this just happened. And I think, people watch Hiss with like worry. When a cleric is brought back, there's huge celebrations. That's a new booyah. But this is like, what did you do? Like, how are you alive right now? Like, this shouldn't be happening. And the tribe walks in relative quietness until Hiss, you're starting to feel slowly better. You are still in agonizing pain, but due to the nature of magical healing, see if that makes sense. But due to the nature of magical healing, you are capable of talking once you can get past the agonizing pain. You got some opium to smoke too, if you want to finish that off.
My brain was already half fried with blood.
You don't want to fry it again? You're being carried by a bugbear, probably Munch. Yeah, you're being carried in Munch's arms.
I'm gonna start whispering to him. The Red King rises.
Red King rises. Is that what you said? Thank you.
Rapid click, glance over. What the hell is that?
Did I make a
Sure, you can make a history check. Never heard of it.
I've never heard of the Red King as a flesh grafter specifically.
Nope.
Yep, I didn't think so.
How about this scholar?
Probably the Dwarvish, a Dwarvish archive. In Barrack Doom, we'll consider the history check to have been a scholar check. In Barrack Doom, which you have heard this, in Barrack Doom, there is like a library, like a historical archive that has been preserved by the Crown Lickers. So that would probably be one of the only places you could find it. Because clearly you know most of the goblin. At this point, you've been to most of Dravoskarag. You've been to the Trade Deep, the Middle Deeps, you've been to the Stairs. If this is a big thing, if it's a really obscure piece of lore, perhaps another goblin would know it, but if it's like, you know, who knows? Your best bet is the Crown Liquors.
Eric, do I have any idea who that woman was?
So here's the thing. Most clerics, when they're revived, some of them, okay, well, you know, I'll just talk only about your tribe. In your tribe, there are 3 Booyogs. Of those 3 Booyogs that were resurrected, only one of you actually even remembers a single thing from after you died, and you are not one of those. So in terms of like godly goblins, you can think of one, which would obviously be Anket, but at the same time, this did not feel like being brought back by Anket, nor did you even remember the first encounter with Anket you had. So I think your confusion is the same as his's.
I
mean, I've seen Anket in my visions, but if Hiss would describe it, that wouldn't line up with my knowledge of them, right?
With your personal visions, yes, they are different.
Has anybody had visions in our tribe that would conflict with my personal visions?
Yes.
Really?
The members of the Triumvirate are almost all seen differently by the people who, obviously their race and general, like, demeanor never changes, but the specific physical appearance does all the time.
Okay.
It's actually one of the weirdly unifying aspects of the Triumvirate, like whether you're a fat goblin, a skinny goblin, a short goblin, a tall goblin, whether you're the laziest bugbear alive, the most angry, a brown-furred bugbear, or black-furred bugbear, it's all the same shit.
Okay.
Anket is every goblin. So, you guys continue walking in relative quiet. The whisper of the Red King rises spreads around your tribe, and I mean, the tribe that is walking through this tunnel is not the same tribe that entered the Trade Deep. That tribe was still a bit prideful. You guys had your tribe pretty united behind your vision. The people here now seem terrified, and they just want to get the fuck out of here. And I think for you, Mardak, I think that Rathaclick's warning kind of rings in your head, because you're just looking at like the postures of these hobgoblins and bugbears and goblins under the leadership of your council, and it's hard to imagine that they would stick with you if a better opportunity showed up. Like if Munch lost a duel against someone, you can't imagine that this tribe would stick around. It's just too hard, and you're asking too much of them. And with that, you guys reach back to the tunnel. It takes you.
Oh boy!
It takes another 20 minutes to get to the platform that you guys crossed, and now it is even more waterlogged than before. But you've been through this rodeo, so you set up a rope bridge, you guide everyone across, and after
why would we be going back that way?
You're not going back that way. You were put further, like you were put closer to the Trade Deep than you were when the water hit you, so you have to cross it again. Yeah. You are going the correct direction. It's just you were further back than you wanted to be. But yeah, another 20 minutes of walking later, and boom, you guys are there. You are back literally where you were when the water hit you a little bit over 2 days, or like a day and a half ago. And we can go back to following the tunnel. So there's going to be a lot of hours of kind of quiet traveling. Is there anything that any of you, any conversations you'd like to have, any people you guys would like to talk with in that time?
I don't know. Munch will keep holding Hiss unless Hiss, you know.
I am going to be let down, clinging tight to you. Just yeah.
I'll occasionally be prodding you for information as you start feeling better over the course of the hours, but
I think we can probably zoom in on one of those proddings then, maybe like 3 hours in. You're near the middle of the pack. You're holding Hiss in your arm like a baby.
What happened in there?
Triumvirate.
What told you that?
That's what she said.
Do you know who she was?
It's her.
Her? Who is she?
You're the one who said that the Red King rises.
Yeah, do you know who she is? Can she be trusted? I mean,
That's what
fuck,
she
you came back to
said.
life, maybe.
That's what she said. The Red King rises.
Is she the one who brought you back to life?
Yeah.
And you don't know who she is.
It's her.
You keep saying it's her, and I don't know what that means.
The one who said that the Red King rises.
I know who is that.
I think I get the picture. This is a very difficult couple of hours for Munch. Yeah, so you don't get much else, it sounds like.
Who's on first? The Red King rises.
Yeah, and you guys continue walking down the tunnel. I think Mardak, Rathaclick will probably walk alongside you near the front of the column. Yapper, you're within earshot as well, since you're kind of the navigator. And Yapper will glance over at you. Or sorry, Rathaclick will glance over at you, Yapper, and say, "How are your legs?
Card.
You should take off that mask and take care of the wounds underneath. I know that you masked folk are all weird about your masks, but if your face gets infected, it could kill you."
Mask protects. I'm fine.
I don't think we have any healing magic left, so
Exactly. That's why we need to be doing more proper care for our wounds. If one of us gets infected, we don't have a way to cure it instantly.
We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Mardak, how's the map looking? Do you see anything that we can use to take shelter for a while? Past this tunnel?
I don't know.
I mean, you can just say, yeah, there's like 10,000 tunnels. There definitely is a place to... It's just up to you what you define as like a resting
shelter.
place. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna need a rest after we get past the immediate danger. We'll figure that out when
A night's rest isn't going to fix our tribe. We need a week, proper downtime, time to relax, tell stories.
I
We're
agree.
close to breaking. If we have one bad fight now, it could be the end.
If we're trying to avoid the flood, we have to keep going until we get to that upward shaft that'll take us near to the pitch stairs level.
And that's where we're headed.
Are we traveling through the night? The bugbears are dragging their heels, but after what happened to... Well, I think Munch can keep them going, at least for today, or the rest of the spore cycle.
No, we can wait. How far into the floodlands are we?
About halfway. If you
Right,
forced it,
we
you could
push
probably
forward.
get to the thing and start yanking your
Maybe
chain.
we push forward.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's push forward.
Use the promise of a proper time to rest once we get out of the danger zone.
You guys continue to travel. Is that image after your death you think will never leave your mind. It's one of those things that the more you think on it, the more vivid the memory becomes. this is so different to any other prophecy you've ever received when you were high on mushrooms. A lot of those were ephemeral and you had to like tell other people about it, or you'd forget it, or you knew that you were like imparting some meaning onto events. This was not ambiguous. It's not really open to interpretation. You never even heard of the Triumvirate intervening so directly, if it even was the Triumvirate. And as you guys push hard, some of the bugbears are going to come up to you, Munch, and the words they use are not super important. What the words they use are like, you know, it's good to see you're doing well, or like I'm hungry, the food here isn't very good. The subtext to all these conversations is though like actually roll a fucking insight check. I don't know if Munch would pick this up. Let's see what Munch is.
Listen, my charisma isn't awful. Or my
It's not
wisdom's
awful,
It's just
but-
the intelligence.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
I think, okay, with an 8, I think that's a reasonable enough that you can kind of get the core idea, which is almost every bugbear in the tribe throughout the course of this next 3 to 4 hours essentially asks if you're all right, and then they don't ask anyone else on the council. And I think that Munch, through just raw intuition, basically, kind of figures out the same thing Rathaclick did, but only in relation to the bugbears. I think you have the conscious realization that the bugbears of your tribe are no longer loyal to the tribe. They are loyal to you personally.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ponder that a little bit.
Big one.
I know.
And bugbears make up over half of your remaining fighting force, so if you wanted to be, you actually could be big one.
I mean, when the overwhelming majority of people already think I am the big one.
Might as well just fully be the big.
I mean, I might as well just be the big one.
Dude, if this campaign has been like we're so up, it's so over, this is the depths of the it's so over. Like we are in the deepest, we're in the Marianas Trench of like tribal morale right now.
Yeah.
All right, you guys keep walking, and when Mardak, Yapper, and Rathaclick make it known that you guys are going to keep marching through the rest of the spore cycle to try to reach the platform in time so you can go up the Mineshaft out of the flood zone, all the bugbears just look at you, Munch. They don't even pretend to care what the Mardak says about directions.
Mardak. Are we going to... Should we continue forward or... Wait.
Munch thinks for a second.
Yeah. They're trying to force march
Where are we
the
going?
tribe.
We're getting
Continue
out of the
forward
floodlands.
until we find a place to rest. Then we take a proper rest.
What
Get
does
our
that place
strength
to
back.
rest look like?
Somewhere the water hasn't reached.
Yeah, Rathaclick will just walk to the edge of the tunnel and he'll slap the wall with his hand, and there's like a wet kind of noise to it because it's still sticky from the previous flood. He'll say, "That isn't proper resting. Look at the walls around here. This tunnel, less than a day and a half ago, was completely submerged in water. We rest in a place like this and we all drown in our sleep."
Right, let's find a place that's dry then.
Rathaclick will kind of shoot you a glance, Mardak. And the tribe will continue its march. Yapper.
Yes.
You, unlike Mardak, who was kind of had a conversation with Rathaclick, or unlike Munch, who could just tell this through, social interactions, you have mostly been focusing on the destination. But I think that as, Mardak knows where he's going. Like, you trust his navigational skills, so you kind of take the chance to actually look back at the tribe, and you notice that the tribe has clustered. The hobgoblins and about half of the goblins walk up front near Mardak, and the other half of the tribe walks behind Munch, and Munch is in about the middle of the tribe. But they're, like, following him like you guys are two separate tribes.
Yeah. Yapper's been noticing this since the trade deeps, and he's been trying to kind of unify people with the clothes, but the big unifier of the blood spores was always the fungus. So that's going to be like first on the docket once we start actually resting, is putting people through the fucking ritual.
I think something you would notice is that the split is not like Bloodspore versus other tribes. It's bugbears and goblins, hobgoblins and goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
But
like maybe the worst case nightmare scenario because a goblin tribe of just bugbears can't survive.
No. Either way, like the fungus is the great unifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys continue your march. It's a quiet one. Not a lot of small talking amongst the tribe. And eventually you reach the mineshaft you guys have been aiming for. And this one's huge, by the way. It's about at least on the map, it's about 9 to 10 times taller than the one that you guys took refuge in the previous night. And as you get here, you can see that this was not just like a small little mine lift. This was like an industrial-sized creator lift. There are, 6 different massive steel chains that climb to the ceiling. There's a massive platform that can easily fit your entire tribe. And you guys can walk onto the platform pretty easily. You look up, you can't see the ceiling. And it's not until you look for the method of lifting that a little bit of anxiety starts to grow, because this is not a crankshaft. And even if it was, you're pretty sure there's not enough strength in your tribe to actually crank it all the way up. You're not sure what mechanism lifts this platform.
Is there anything that might look like a motion control sort of thing?
What does a motion control thing look like?
Like the tablet for the golem?
Kind of. Down here on ground level, so not on the platform, there is a small little standing thing made out of like steel. It has like a little front thing on it, and it has a little switch.
Does it look like any of the control consoles that were in the Golem Forge?
Nope.
Is there any inscriptions on it or anything?
Yes, but they are related to weight limits. This elevator is rated for 35,000 stones.
Forgy, come here. What do you make of this?
Are you asking about the weight limit?
Yeah.
4G will kind of crouch down on his heels and squint at it. Should be able to hold our whole tribe.
Hmm. Have you seen one of these before?
This elevator?
Yeah.
Yes, we have them in Gamrek. This is a freight elevator.
So it should be safe for us to ride?
Oh yeah, it can hold the whole tribe. I've seen one hold multiple golems before.
What's it made of? Steel?
No, they're made out of all sorts of things. He kind of walks over to the stone wall and pats it and says, "Behind this, there will be chains running through the rock that help lift it, and there will be red metal used at the really important gear joints. There will probably be some copper, a little bit of steel. I mean, it's made out of all sorts of things."
What's a platform made out of?
That's mostly steel.
Okay.
Little bits of wood.
How do we move it?
Oh. He kind of looks around. He's clearly been not thinking about that. He points at the switch that's off the platform, inside of the tunnel. Could be that. That could also just be lighting solution. Sometimes you need an interface device. Sometimes they can only be called up. They can't come up from below. Most of those are made as trap mechanisms when the creators were fighting the siege. Could also be... Yeah, it's probably one of those.
It's another trap mechanism, what was in the bunker?
No. I mean, so imagine you have a mine shaft, right? Some of them were redesigned so that you can only call the platform up. You can't send it up from below. It was a way to prevent, I don't know. I mean, the theory, at least in Gamrek, was that somehow the enemy got below Gamrek and they were coming up from this Yod stairs, and so the creators decided to deactivate all the lifts that went up. But we're nowhere near Gamrek, so...
We should try that switch right there first.
Yeah,
See
for
if
sure.
it works.
We should all back up away from it.
Agreed.
Well, if it is the accelerator and it sends us up, we all need to be on the platform other than the person flipping the switch, because they move pretty quick, especially with this much weight.
Everyone get on the platform.
Wait,
Yeah,
why don't we test it first? We could like.
well, because they do the whole
Throw a
journey,
rocket.
and then because it's going to go all the way up and then all the way back down, and that could waste... I mean, I don't care. 4G just he's back into the tribe. He's done his bit. He doesn't care at all. He gave up.
I mean, we've got time. Like,
Sure, he doesn't care. He's no longer invested in this.
yeah.
You can do whatever you want. 4G has he just wants to live, man.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
get
don't
on
think
the platform.
we should risk the fucking tribe just based on a guess. You know, we could test it out and see what it does, and then go from there.
Sure. The tribe gets off the platform. Rathaclick says, "Feeling a bit paranoid after your poor decisions?
Always.
Probably for the best. Wouldn't want our whole tribe looking like you."
Munch will flick the lever.
Yeah, you flick the lever, and you guys hear what sounds like a buzzing from above, and it goes dun dun dun. And looking up the shaft, you can watch as these great bricks of light. I don't know what else to call them. These great bricks of light kind of fill the thing, and it goes dun dun dun, and it's traveling from way above you down the shaft slowly. Illumination lighting this entire shaft. And by the time that all the lights have flicked on, we're talking almost 200 of them, you can see that the ceiling above you this is maybe the longest tunnel you've ever seen, other than the pitched and the Yod stairs. Those are so long that even with them relatively well illuminated, you can't see the top. This one, you can see the top, but it unironically looks like it's a mile high. It is one of the longest tunnels you've ever seen. And then the platform starts to grind, and you hear the sound of chains, and it sounds like there's some tension in the system. This has clearly not been used in a very long time. And there's this horrific grinding noise, and then something snaps, and the platform starts to rocket upward.
Yeah, that's clearly not fucking safe.
Well,
And-
we've gotten us up there.
At the very, very tippy top, way at the edge of your vision, only visible because of these massive bricks of light on the wall, it stops.
How fast
That
is
looks
it
like-
up?
Probably 30 or 40 miles an hour.
So that would fucking fling us.
If it's, for how abrupt the stop is, yeah.
But with the additional weight on it, surely it would slow it down.
One would imagine, yeah.
Fuck no. Was it weighted for 30,000 stone
Yeah,
or whatever that is?
35,000 stone, I believe, yeah.
I don't got 35,000 anything.
It's a path. Where else are we going to go?
I don't suppose we could climb.
I think Rathaclick will
What
kind of
the
chuckle a
fuck are you
bit.
talking about?
Rathaclick will just say, "And I thought I was heartless." You'd be condemning 3/4, perhaps more, of our tribe to falling to a miserable death.
I'm gonna flick the lever back down, and hopefully it comes back down.
Yeah, it rockets downward. And even faster now, because gravity is assisting it. And then at about 100 feet from the ground, you hear this horrendous grinding brake noise, this really high-pitched squealing. And there's you can see smoke visibly lifting from some of the joints where the platform intersects with the stone. And then it stops.
Can we check the map? Is there any other fucking path?
Of course there
Jesus.
isn't. You guys have been following this path for days. This is the path to the pitch stairs. This is the path you've committed to. I mean, you can go back and if you want to. Okay. Make it very
This
clear.
is the way forward.
If you want to get to the pitch stairs and you want to still do all the things you said before, this is the path. If you want to go to other places, there are many other choices. But if you're trying to get to the pitch stairs higher than the trade deep, which was your qualification, this is the path.
All right, everybody, hop on.
Yeah, after
Are
you
there
watch
other,
as
like-
all the bugbears and goblins instantly walk onto the platform. The hobgoblins seem a bit hesitant.
With the
This
is
part
there
of the
other
vine path.
buttons or whatever we can?
There is no other button. There's a single ancient ass switch.
This is the path to get mashed into the fucking ceiling. Jesus. Can we put like a rock on there just to like demonstrate what it fucking does?
Well, unfortunately, you actually can't see the ceiling because the platform, fills the entire space and then it goes up. So even if you put a rock on it, it's not like you could see the end result.
I don't see what other option we have.
About to be
it's
one
not
of those
gonna
physics
throw us off.
demonstrations.
It's gonna
Campaign
launch
ends
us into
because
the
we just
air.
get garlic mush
maybe.
into a fucking crosshair.
Honestly, who should really be worried is Hiss, because if he takes like 30 damage, Hiss is instantly dead again.
Dies twice in one session.
I mean, Yarrow is right. You can't get thrown off the platform. What you can do, though, is what Kasich is saying, which is platform hurdles upward at crazy speed, stops super abruptly, excess momentum carries into you guys, and then you fling upward into the stone
It
ceiling
didn't
above.
stop super abruptly.
It stopped super. No. It did break, yes, but it did stop incredibly abruptly. It went from when it was going down, it went from about 60 miles an hour to 0 in 100 feet, and then when it was going up, it did it It was going slower, but it did it in about the same distance. And for a platform as heavy as this, that's a very, very
Can
short
I get that in meters
breaking
per
time.
second?
This
60
is the
miles per hour to
wackiest
kilometers per
fucking-
hour. 90. Okay, so when it was going down, it was going 96 kilometers an hour, and then it stopped in 30 meters. No, yeah, 30 meters. So it was very fast, and then when it was going up, it was more like it was going 64 kilometers an hour, and it stopped in 30 meters. So it's and because of the weight of this platform, it's a very sudden stop.
This
There's
is
some math
fucking
here that
Wile
you
E.
could figure
Coyote,
out how
Looney
this works with
Tunes.
the acceleration of gravity to figure out how high you would end up launching. I'm not doing it. Though,
You could.
so-
There is math to figure out how bad it would be, but you can probably just suffice it by saying it'd be bad.
What other option do we have?
I'm not saying you have another. Oh, to be clear, there are very easy other options, but
Like drown instead of splat?
well, go up, go to the middle deeps, go anywhere else. But if you, also you can just do the path and try to find a way to counterbalance it, like try to find a way to
Just
make
go
it
back
safer.
Go back home to our tunnels we started
Yeah,
in.
why
Fucking
is it
base.
going so fast? There must be a way to
Something
restore it
broke.
with
Yeah, something
difficulty.
broke in this. I mean, you heard it break. Something very important in this thing broke, and that is why it is going that fast.
When
it was
broke,
moving-
Where was it? in
So yeah, it was
relation to
moving.
where
So
the platform
you guys had
is?
flipped the switch, all the lights had turned on. It started this very leisurely crawl upwards, and then there was this really intense strain. And then in the wall beside the platform, like in the lifting mechanism, you heard something snap, and then it rocketed upward.
Okay,
Oh, it
I
lost
make-
the counterbalance. Oh.
Is the
Fuck.
wall accessible? Can I
Solid stone. As far as it appears to
No,
be
what do
solid
you
stone.
mean?
It appears to be solid stone.
If only I had that spell.
Yes,
Oh.
dude. There's fucking dwarves using meld into stone to do maintenance.
Blam has it, I think.
Wait, it's a ritual.
Blam has 0 spells, but maybe
Meldon
it's
to
a
stone is
ritual.
is it?
It's a ritual.
Let's go look at Blam's sheet.
It says R on the thing for me.
Holy shit.
Meld on the stone is a ritual.
Holy
Which you could just meld into
yeah.
the stone.
Yeah, you can do that for sure. You could walk through the wall. That is so crazy.
Should we try and
Oh wait.
figure out-
Oh no, yeah. You're allowed. Oh
I
wait.
don't even know how
You're
the
only
spell works.
unfortunately you're only allowed to leave the stone in the place that you entered it. It does specifically say that.
Or you can see what's wrong with it.
You can't see in it, I would
Yeah,
assume.
you can't. It does also say that you can't see what occurs outside it. Unfortunately, that will not work.
But can you see inside the stone? Does the stone become?
Well,
fences?
presumably it's not within the stone because you need moving mechanisms for this thing, and stone can't move.
Oh yeah, it's meant to be used as a stealth thing.
Correct. Or like what you guys did in the Middle Deeps, dodging the
Okay,
red
but what
leaves.
if I did this, and then
Okay.
no? But because if we're in the stone, I can't reach through the other side, right?
Correct.
This sucks. This feels awful.
I also thought it was better, to be honest.
I gotta hit it with my staff. Does it sound stony and solid?
No,
or like
you walk
hard?
up to the wall, hit it, and there's like a metal clanging noise, like a kung, like hollow metal.
I'm gonna like hit it really hard with my staff, like as hard as I can, and try and.
Really loud ringing noise.
Is there like any bolts or joints or something?
Well, no, it looks like it's made of stone, so there's no visible metal anything.
Can I scrape it to see if it's paint?
It's the same type of paint, baby. We love our dwarves and their hidden architecture.
Hell yeah.
It's trying to make everything look like it's a random ass cave when it's the most modern like shit of all
Actually,
time.
before I forget, while we're here, who has the red metal spear?
We
Much.
gave that
we
for
still
house.
have-
The trade deep.
Oh, you gave it away?
Wait, did we
Damn.
actually trade that?
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
we did.
I think Munch gave it to someone.
Yeah,
We did.
we gave it to
I thought we
fucking
gave it
Rattle
to
Gut to
Blair.
get a house.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, that's so brutal. You
That
guys got
lovely
mugged like
house.
7 times.
Well, originally he was like, "I'll give you the house for the red metal plate."
Yeah, you did negotiate him down for sure. Okay, yeah, you start to peel away the paint, and you can just reveal a full ass access door. Just like it's labeled even in Dwarvish as an access door. It has hinges, like it's just a door that gives you access to the mechanism.
Okay, open it.
It's locked.
No.
Hold up. I got thieves' tools.
Unfortunately,
No.
there is no keyhole.
I
Locked and there's no keyhole.
There's no keyhole, and it doesn't open. When I say locked, I mean the door like rattles. It just doesn't open, and there is no keyhole.
I'm
I'm going to
Gromley.
just say in Dwarvish,
Yeah,
open.
Gromley doesn't work. Open does work, and the door will slide
Oh.
to the side.
What the fuck?
I love Dwarvish architecture. I love Dwarvish architecture. I love Dwarvish architecture. Yeah,
Fucking
inside.
Looney Tunes
Okay,
bastards.
I'm going to describe something that I think only Xander will understand, but it is exactly what this system looks like. You open up the door. There's a little wooden, like lip, or sorry, not wooden, steel lip that you can step out onto. It's like perforated flooring. And then there is a fly system. That's just exactly what it looks like. Now, for those of you that don't know what a fly system is, you can probably look it up. But like, there are a series of like giant chains and counterbalances and weights all along this. It's like 30 to your left, 30 to your right, all of which are presumably to help raise and lower this platform at like reasonable speeds. And you can make tons of little adjustments. You can take out weights, put in weights. What you see is about half of all the ropes and chains in this fly system have broken completely. And beneath you, about 40 feet beneath you at the bottom of this system, you like in a kind of an opening, you can see like the shattered remnants of hundreds of weights and 15 or 30 different lines
mending
that
through.
broke. Yeah.
Well, we have ropes.
You do. Unfortunately, they're not long enough because you need a mile-long rope, which you don't even think is like structurally sound from like a fundamental physics perspective.
Oh.
Not the way you make ropes, anyways. I will say, you look to your right, and Mardak, you do see the cursed option, which is that there is a ladder that leads all the way up to the top of this system.
What a
which is
thrill.
real shit, dude. The infinite ladder. Yeah, it would take so fucking long. There's only 2 stopping points along the length of the ladder. There is no OSHA in the creators, so there is no like cage to catch you if you fall. You will just fall hundreds of feet. But there is a ladder that leads to the top of this giant fucking platform.
Imagine the insurance payout, though.
Right? Dude, you'd sue the shit out of those creators.
We can't all go up there.
No,
More
of
than
course
half
not.
the
There's,
crowd
I would say, less than 10 people in your tribe could even remotely survive the strength required to climb that much, unless you have some alternative mechanisms. But it is a way to the top, 100%. I'm just picturing, like, the reason this is especially, like, I'm just picturing, like, little Yapper and tall Mardak just looking up at this almost, like, you know, these 2,000 foot high, like, chains and ropes holding this immense piece of mega architecture. And, like, not really understanding how it works, but understanding just enough to be like, God, we are so fucked.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, well. Do you want to get Hiss and Munch's opinion? 4G's? Do you want to? What are you guys thinking?
Well, we know Munch's opinion. He's just like, yes, let's splatter on the ceiling.
He's gonna be
It's
like,
fine.
what if I eat the rope?
What if
It-
Munch holds the ropes for fly system weight?
Yo, you counterbalance the platform and fling upwards at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
That
do
is-
that, and then we won't have the leadership
Do
problem
the
anymore.
like
We can just
exact
stream it.
thing told never to ever do.
Yeah,
Prep.
the reason this is especially funny is because, like, you actually probably know the most about how this system functions, but Munch has no fucking idea. It is quite funny.
Me, person being like, I'm going to stand like 30 feet away at minimum at all times.
Yeah,
Munch being like,
Munch counterbalance.
yeah, me hold rope and me get flung up 500 miles an hour and
No,
fucking die
wait.
horribly.
here's the plan. For the
Okay.
people that can't use the ladder.
Yo, you fling them upwards for
Fling them
counterweights. Dude, that's so wicked.
We just gotta hold on
It-
well enough.
Why does mending not work here?
Because you have to get into the system, climb to the bottom, gather together the strands of rope, or sorry, the strands of chain, mend them completely, which they're completely shattered. So you have to mend every single individual link. Then you'd have to reroute the link through the top of the system, and then reattach the weights, and then you have to do that 15 times, which would take.
Could be done. It would
Could
just
be done.
like a mega.
It would be
project.
there would be checks. It would take a really long time, but it is possible. The system is
this
very
like-
robust.
Is this like long rest?
Yeah,
amount of time?
This is long rest amount of time, if that, because again, you're goblinoids. You pick up things very quickly. You would probably make some fuck ups along the way though, and those fuck ups could take days to repair. So this is a mega project, as Yarrow said.
What if we send one brave soldier up on the elevator platform and see if it's survivable?
I think that's a great idea, because then they could just poke their head into the system, like the fly system, and shout down at you and be like, "It's fine," or "I'm dead."
We don't have a split anymore.
It's true. You don't have a brave soul that wants to die.
Kids left.
Yeah, I mean, you could send a kid up.
No,
I would do it.
No, that's basically guaranteed mashing. Let's not do that.
You could send up a
Well,
goblin like.
We need to know how much damage, because I'm at
The
one
problem is the
speed.
goblins are going to be the ones that get sent the highest up.
It's true. They would get sent the highest. Yeah, that is how
Right.
force works. Yeah,
Yeah.
you all get the same momentum imbued into you, so the bugbears would probably be mostly okay.
And each of the bugbears holds a goblin.
Something
Then they
to
just fucking land on them on the way down and pancake them.
Tell them not to.
it. Yes, the acrobatic bugbears.
I think we're long resting here while we fix this shit.
I will say, if the collapse of the trade deep happens while you are down here and a giant tide of water comes in, there will not be time for, like, even the platform to raise, because you don't have a ton of vision, so the water would just come and it would probably be everyone in the tribe dying. It's not like you would, like,
We would
I
be,
guess
we would
you
have
could-
to long rest on the platform. If
true. And then the second you hear any rumbling or anything at all, you just flip it and just pray to the Triumvirate. Yeah, I mean, that would work for sure.
Do we have anything that's like the equivalent of bubble wrap?
That would be great if you did. Let's take a look at our
is
tribal
there
loot.
like
Copper coins, stove bellies, skitter golem medallions. Yeah, let's put a bunch of metal as axe heads and spear heads. Let's use those to soften
We
our
have
landing.
we have the tarp from the trade deep house, and we have the scraps of cloth and bullshit from the bell hung.
It's true. You do have scraps of cloth and bullshit and a single tarp, yeah.
how big is the top?
It's pretty wide, but it's very thin because it's just meant to catch water.
If you like push against it, does it feel like it's gonna tear, or is it like
It can handle about a rainfall's worth of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
It's not a small amount. I mean, it'd be great for wrapping up like one person. You swaddle them in the tarp, and then they have some like cushioning or whatever. But that's like one person, not the
what
whole
I was
thing.
thinking was you just put like, I don't know how big it is, if you could fit like people under it and then like secure it to the
Oh my
platform.
god, this is like the elementary school thing where like you put all the kids underneath the tarp and then like so they lift up the tarp and then you like move around and Oh man, I think this is an America exclusive thing. I don't think Hero's gonna know what we're talking about, but
I think
yeah.
I know. I think we have that. But...
Okay, yeah. It's like a little kid thing. This is like 6-year-olds and like
yeah.
7-year-olds and stuff.
Question.
Yeah.
Why don't we just fix like some of the counterbalance weights? Like we don't need to fix all of them. It still works.
Yeah, I think it's just you don't know how many you need to fix because you've never.
Well, how many are broke? What percentage are broken?
25%.
Can I go scraping around to see if I can find an entrance to a staircase or something?
You do lots of scraping, and you do find on the other side of the platform there's an identical fly system where, again, about 30% of the ones are broken. But there is no staircases. There are only ladders.
Identical fly system, so maybe there should be another switch around here?
Nope.
Does it look like that system is also just connected to this elevator?
Yep. 2 giant collections of chains and ropes to lift it. It's very heavy.
Fuck.
Okay, theoretically,
Okay, I'm ready for the
if
goblin
we were
theory.
going to use the top as a kind of like like a
Rag
seat
chute?
belt, and we strap all the goblins and hobgoblins and whoever else we can fit into it
I think
onto the platform.
this would be
so
really
they don't
funny, and you should do it.
leave the... Would there be enough?
They just get like
Okay, to be
half
clear,
by
the question you are asking a like material dynamics question about could this tarp function as a seatbelt for almost 60 goblins, and the answer is I don't fucking know. Probably not. It'd be a roll. That is so funny. Fucking seatbelting in 60 people to see if they fling off the roller coaster
Well,
at
it only
70
needs
miles
to be
an hour.
enough.
Oh, fuck,
It
that's
can-
funny.
It only needs to be enough to slow us down, so it's not a lethal amount of.
Yeah, listen,
Momentum gains.
I'll say this. That is a question with an actual physics answer, and I'm just going to tell you it's going to be a roll because I have no fucking idea how to do that math. But there is an answer, 100%. My guess would be no. I think there's a reason we don't use like cotton as our seatbelts. I'm pretty sure you need like stronger materials than cloth. But
Okay, but if we twisted it around.
I don't
know.
want
I'm cooking up something foul here.
Listen, it'll be a roll.
I just really like the idea that this campaign ends with our entire.
It
tribe
would
as
be
just a
really
red
funny
smear
if
on the
after
roof.
getting resurrected, this is like, you know what? Let's go with the highest risk plan.
Ooh.
Stuff
Like,
is
not
not
just like
looking
the
good.
party, it's like a total tribe.
Yeah,
kill,
it's a
just
TPK.
one
Yeah, to tribe party or like total tribe kill, TTK.
Total tribe slaughter.
Yeah, TTS.
What do we do?
I think we're just working on the repair.
Okay.
Start a long rest, work on the repair.
If we do this, should we, as a failsafe, have our long rest on the platform?
Here's my thing. We either like, it feels weird because whoever's working on the repairs is then just gonna get left behind whenever the flood
Well,
arrives.
they can take the ladder.
That's true.
They're
Just
strong
start
enough,
climbing.
yeah.
And then
I-
also, if one of the people repairs makes a mistake, then we all just fucking die unexpectedly.
This is 100% true and probably the biggest risk of that strategy.
Well,
That's the main one.
nah,
A fuck up,
if for example,
system fucks everything.
Yeah,
up.
if for example a cascade failure happened where all the other counterweights broke, then this would rocket up.
How likely is that to happen?
It'd be a roll.
I mean, we don't know. They might we don't know when the water's coming next.
It's true. It could be literal years before the deep collapses entirely.
What if during the long rest we just have everyone under the seatbelt system so that's
I have
backup plan?
literally, actually, my only argument for this is it would be extremely funny if it did happen.
If we all died, is what you're saying, Your Honor. It'd be
Yes.
funny if we all died in a car accident.
Imagine it. They're sitting there working on the pulley system while the rest
And
of
then
us are
whoever
just
fucked
tied
up the
down,
pulley system,
laying on the
a
platform.
4-hour ladder journey up on their own after killing their entire tribe.
I don't know why this is the funniest situation we've constructed in this campaign. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Fuck, that's so good, dude.
Might it be
Another
easier?
serious option, like short rest and then risk it, because some of us are at low health.
Another option. Could we set up some sort of pulley system for the platforms on the ladder? Like one dude climbs up, puts pittons,
What if we made our own?
and then we can use those to pull people up.
You could. I'm just, again, though, this has all the same problems of like any other strategy related to the ladders, which is you're basically rope. You can't use rope. Rope will not do that, so you have to use the chains from the fly system. And when you wrap those chains around a person, you're relying on the fact that there are no failures, because again, if they fall, it is instant guaranteed death.
We could
Both of these two fly system bits, are these both the counterbalance to the platform itself?
Yes.
Okay, so...
And they're also evenly spread out along the length of the platform, so the platform doesn't tilt while rocketing upwards, which is one of the problems it has right now, because the ropes did not break evenly. They broke on basically the back left, so the platform goes up at a really uneven angle.
I mean, some Looney Tunes shit is gonna happen.
Me when actual, like, engineering, this shit's Looney Tunes. Like, these systems, this is not that different of a system of, like, suspension bridges. It's a little bit different, but it's not that different.
Yeah, okay, but real people don't argue about them getting onto the broken fly system and rocketing themselves.
Listen, you guys are making it Looney Tunes. My system
Quote,
is...
paradise.
No, we're just
That's what
goblins.
awaits us at the end of our journey.
It's not Looney Tunes. It's goblins. We're just goblins.
We're just goblins.
Every goblin moment intervened in reality is Looney Tunes.
Oh, man.
What was the quote for the vision exactly? Was the
Red King Rises?
Where is it? Hold on. Up, down, around, up, then paradise. So we go up, it kills us, and then we're in paradise, we're in heaven.
It's all been a suicide cult the entire time. This is the end of the campaign. It's like your suicide machine to kill everyone. Oh, man. It is so funny.
We wrap the rope around our necks and then attach it to the platform, send it up at full speed. It'll catch us before we hit the ceiling.
Oh, man. Oh, that's fucking funny.
Could we do like some belay system with our ropes and like two people climbing up the ladder at a time?
That was what
Oh yeah. Yapper was saying.
Yeah. And I think it could work, especially for the stronger members of your tribe. It just has the same problem, which is that of just climbing the ladder normally. Obviously, you have a fallback, which is the person next to you. But if two bugbears are climbing, one slips, the other one would have to climb potentially like quite a distance to actually get a point where he could rest his arms. So it's doable because like rock climbers climb.
Yeah, but then it's just like you just wait until the other one gets
you cling to the
grip
ladder.
again.
Yeah, you cling to the ladder until the other person gets a grip. So I'd say that is as risky as like rock climbers soloing, which has I think like a 1% casualty rate, something like that.
Very low because they know what they're doing, and that's why they free solo.
Correct. Yeah. Now in this case, no one in the tribe is climbers. So I would say that casualty rate's going to be a little bit higher, and no one's ever been on this ladder before. But you know, it wouldn't be the whole tribe.
I'm a really good climber.
Could I use acrobatics to climb?
Oh yeah, I think the party would probably survive that. You've
That's
encountered
tough.
ladders once before, which was in the irrigation center.
Could I use acrobatics to climb, or is it just athletics?
You could use acrobatics for sure.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good
Listen, I
climber
think
now.
most of the party would be fine. It's just
It's the not party.
it's the
bugbears would
children,
be fine.
it's
The
the-
hobgoblins might be okay if they get
yeah,
their armor.
it's the children and the goblins.
The goblins are gonna do it tough because they're small as well. Ladders are hard for small.
You're
I'm just wondering if there's anything up there that could help us.
Then send someone up and scout it.
I could go up too.
Munch,
What's your
roll.
bone? What's your bonus, Munch?
My bonus to like climbing?
Yeah,
8, and I have the feat athlete.
I have 9, and
9.
I'm lighter, so if I fall, you guys could catch me with a tarp.
No.
9.
What? What do you mean
You're
no?
falling at terminal velocity. A fucking tarp isn't going to save your life. What are you talking about? That's some Looney Tunes shit. What the fuck?
Aw.
Have you seen how big those like cushions have to be to catch like skydivers? Like those things are so fucking big.
That's true. Okay.
I remember there's that one Red Bull thing where you like plummeted into, and that thing was like 6
That
football
would be
fields
actual-
wide.
That would be Looney Tunes shit.
That would be
falling
Looney Tunes
straight through the
shit.
top and splatting. Literally.
Dude, that's my favorite Tom and Jerry episode where Jerry fucking explodes into mist. Yeah, I mean, Munch and Yapper could head on up. I will say, Yapper, you are at 5 HP, so I probably would impose a disadvantage on this check because you are really fucking hurt.
Yeah, also, your legs are singed.
Yeah, you were just blown up by a bomb.
I'm a crispy critter.
Okay, we're sending up Munch to scout.
Go up.
All right, Munch.
Can I give him my hammer and pittance and rope, just so he has?
I
like,
actually
a
have pitons and
little
rope.
thing? Yeah.
I'll take
Okay.
extra.
How does? Oh,
Okay.
so yeah, it's going to slow him down a lot, but it will certainly be safer.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get an athletics check, Munch. Yeah, you start
Does
climbing the
athlete
ladder,
help
and once
with
you're
that?
about 40 feet up, you decide I'm going to hammer in some pittons into this wall. Problem is, wall's made out of steel. Your pittons are not, and because it's made out of steel, the wall is featureless, unlike a rocky face. There are no cracks. There's nothing like that. So you could do it because you are a bugbear, but you essentially have to use this shitty iron pitton and this like really shitty hammer to essentially punch through the steel. You know that only a bugbear could do that, like because you guys have
Just tie the rope to the ladder. What are we doing?
It would be wiser.
Oh, fucking
It would be
genius.
Yeah. Tying rope to ladder.
okay. You tie the rope to the ladder as you climb up, and then a song plays that is definitely copyrighted. So we'll just all know what the song is in our head as you climb this ladder for 3 hours. There's some thrills involved, I think, some snakes, and yeah, you climb this ladder and you just keep going up. You keep going up, and you make the mistake of looking back at one point, and you feel really sick, and then you keep going up. It's interesting because like you live underground, so you've never really had the fear of heights because you've never been in heights before. And looking down into the shaft, you're like, oh my god! You just you just grasp onto the ladder and then eventually recover and keep going up. And by the time you reach the top of the ladder, your arms aren't sore; they are dead. Like they are non-functioning meat organs on your arm. Like you'll have to take like a couple hour break before you head back down, which is going to suck probably more than going up, to be honest, unless you do like a rappel like type thing, which you could do. And yeah, you go to the door, you push open the access hatch, you can hear the sound of paint like kind of tearing because this access hatch was painted over. Clearly some dwarves must have gone through these tunnels during the fall and just like painted over everything to try to make it as opaque as possible to the enemy. But you push it open and you look down, and turns out that this access door, it opens out onto the platform, but since the platform is down at the ground, you look down into a giant open pit that is about a mile long, a mile deep, as I guess is the better word. There is no method for me to get where you are currently standing to the tunnel that this platform connects to.
How far is the jump?
20 feet. You could try it.
I can do a long jump with only 5 feet of movement.
You can
instead
do
of
it.
10 feet.
Yeah, I believe it would be a check since I don't think your strength is 20 yet.
It is 20.
Okay, then it would only be a simple dex check to see if you can grab the edge.
Oh, that's not good.
Because you can leap 20 feet, so you just need to be able to make sure you don't fall backwards.
That would be a crazy campaign. Just like
That would be
just,
some.
like,
That would
wait
be some
3 hours.
limits of. That would be some limits of man shit. That's some like plummeting down into a mile-long drop.
Well,
We're
I'm
all
imagining
sitting
they
at the
just
bottom.
waited 3. They just
We're
like
all
waited
sitting-
3 hours.
We're sitting at the bottom, and our big one just comes and splatters on the ground.
If that's not a sign from the Triumvirate, I don't know what it is.
Can
Do
you
I
tie
see anything
yourself
at
off?
the tunnel that like resembles the switch from before,
You do, yeah. There is a switch up here as well.
and nothing else?
Actually, the floor there is made of steel. And there is a label in Dwarvish that you can't read over a large doorway, and then it splits into multiple other metal structures. This is an outpost. This is a Dwarvish outpost. There's like multiple buildings. There's like a large front door with a label on it in Dwarvish. In fact, there's lots of Dwarvish labels in this tunnel that seem to be signs pointing to various locations, and none of it is legible to you.
I'll just take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, first. Access panel.
Yeah, you shout down into the thing. I'm just gonna say it now. None of them can hear a single word you're saying. You are so fucking far. However, the noise of just like your waving arms are visible from the base of from like way down deep in the shaft.
I'll wave back, give him a thumbs up.
Wait, how far away?
He's about a mile up, so 5,000 feet. So fucking I don't know.
In a tunnel, that would carry.
You think the noise would carry it? The individual words seem difficult. I feel like it'd be so echoey by the time it reaches you.
Actually, the echo would be insane.
Yeah,
It might not be.
that's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying it's like quiet.
I
I'm saying it's
like-
like so.
I don't think I can carry that far easy.
Yeah. It can
I don't
totally
think it'll
carry
be
that
like
far.
we would be able to understand him.
Yeah. You'll hear like the word, like the shape of the words, maybe, but not like the syllables. Like a plosive. I don't know if that's carrying a mile. But he's up there. He's fine. He's safe.
If I had an inspiration, I'd make that jump.
I'll give you an inspiration to try to make that
Are you
jump.
scared?
Because if you fail, Xander, you know what's happening. So I'll give you an inspiration to try it.
No.
You sure? You sure? You said you would do it if you had an inspiration.
Push this upon me.
It'd be
I
so
have
funny if
Featherfall,
you rolled
promise.
at advantage and got a natural one and fucking died. It would be so funny, Xander.
Ooh, I know it would be
It
funny.
would
That's
fuck
not
your
what I
tribe
want.
so bad. It would be like the
Yeah.
worst possible thing that could happen.
Yeah. I think
No.
Munch will probably be like, no, I have new responsibilities. People see me as big one. Not unfortunately, but
Well, then, since you backed down from that idea, I will mention something, which is that you are currently tied to a rope. Because you brought rope with you, and you were tying it to the ladder. So you definitely could do this in a way that is non-lethal, as in you tie yourself to something in the fly system, like even just a rail. You tie yourself to that, make the jump. If you fail, you'd fall back and hit the edge of the shaft. You could just pull yourself back up to the area. I only share this because you decided not to do the brave one, which would have been doing it without a rope.
fuck. What would be the point of this? What did I come up here for?
Scouting. Kasich was wondering if there's anything up there that could help you guys.
I don't think
Like
there is.
supplies or something.
I mean, what would supplies do?
Give
What
us
if
materials.
there's
to
also what if
repair
there's a
the thing.
magical repair button?
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys, this is a world of magic. I don't know why a magical repair button exists. Do you want to go check out the outpost, or?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'll tie the rope to like the rail that's like next to the ladder that doesn't
Yep.
exist on the rest of the ladder,
Yep.
and make the jump.
Dexterity check, flat. See? It's easy. You jump
Okay.
20 feet, you land right on the edge, and you don't fall backwards. And from down below, I don't think you hear any of the words, but you just hear like vague hooting and hollering as the bugbears like cheer you on, because they can't see the rope from as far as they are. So they thought from their perspective, you just like did the most insane jump of all time. And yeah, you now, how are you getting back?
I still have the rope attached.
It is still attached to you. However, to get into the outpost, because you have to walk along this tunnel, rope will not stretch that far.
Oh well, if I wanted to get back, I'd maybe flick the lever,
You could do that as a method of getting back.
and then it gets up, platform comes up, and then I
Yeah.
just walk across. go
Now,
back on the ladder.
unfortunately, your entire tribe is currently on the platform.
Why are they that?
Because that's where you guys said you were resting.
Oh, no way. All right. Well, we'll figure that out when we come back.
Okay, so you take the rope off your waist, you walk towards the outpost. Now, I cannot stress, you can't read Dwarvish or Runic or any of this shit, so I'm just going to start describing things, and feel free to ask follow-up questions, because Munch just doesn't know what's going on, man. So, yeah, you walk forward, and the tunnel splits into 3 directions. One of the directions, the central one, leads to, like, the main building of this outpost. There's a large double door with handles that are creator-sized. To your right, there are 3 more buildings, and to your left are 3 more buildings. All of them have labels, but you can't read any of them.
We'll go to the 3 buildings on the right.
Okay, you head over to the 3 buildings on the right. All the doors are closed. You can see that this tunnel, after going to the right, it kind of bends to the left, and it seems like this whole area forms like a diamond shape, but with buildings like throughout it. Kind of like a... I'm just going to draw it out on the thing. And then like buildings here and here and here. Actually, I'll just make the buildings red. The road is like, or the tunnel is orange.
And these are like groups of 3 buildings.
Yeah. Groups of 3 buildings. Yeah. So you want to go to the buildings on the right. Yeah, you walk over there. There are 3 distinct buildings. Each has their own separate door. One of them is like those twist doors, like the ones from the irrigation thing. The other 2 are just normal doors with handles.
I'll start the normal handle doors.
Right, you walk up, you open it. Inside, you see a series of like metal bunks that are fixed to the floor. There's a table in the middle made out of metal fixed into the floor, and that's it. There is like no dust. There's no signs of inhabitation or pillaging. It just kind of exists.
It doesn't connect to the other rooms that the door.
No.
All right, we'll start turning a latch.
Yeah, you walk over to that one. You walk to the latch door. You start to spin it.
I'm going to stand off to the side as well a little.
Yeah, you push it open and you kind of wait to be flung against the wall and burned alive. And no explosion. You step inside. You kind of blink. And what you see is this. There are a series of racks in this room. They're about chest high for you. On each of these racks, they're kind of angled to hold these long, kind of like cylindrical objects. Each of the objects has like a front part that's like very long and cylindrical with a little nibble, like a little nib on the end. Then there's like a holdy part that's like shaped like a hand with like a little thing that you can pull back. And then there's like a big like brick kind of attached to them. So long cylinder, kind of like handle, and then brick. And there's about 80 of them.
Does it look like a really long blam hammer?
You know, that's a pretty apt description of it.
Hell yeah.
What are they made of?
Well, there's some different ones. On the left wall, each of them have these two long cylindrical things. And they have a series of like circular little like cylinders that are red above them. So there's those ones over there. Then those ones are mostly made out of metal. Then there's the ones in the middle, which there's about 80 of these. These are more just like long blam hammer. They're made out of steel. And then on the far right wall, there are a series of sticks that have like buttons in the bottom and these like 3 distinct flanges.
Like a controller that has just like buttons and flanges?
No, there's just one button, and it's like it looks kind of like a mace, but with a button on the bottom and 3 flanges.
I'm like
all these racks
are but I'm like,
that's fine. All these racks are also labeled in Dwarvish, so unfortunately to you though, that is gibberish.
We'll come back here later, but I think I have some long blam hammers.
Okay, cool. You pick up a couple. They're pretty light. They're like 9 pounds each.
Okay, awesome. Neat. What? And that's all the. And then there was the one more door one in this building to the right, which I assume is probably just going to be like empty of bunks.
Yes, it is another bunk and empty. And you've searched all the ones down here, so the one in the bottom right.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and the shaft is this center part right here.
Yes. No. The shaft is. I'll use purple.
Oh, it's down.
Yeah,
here.
it's right here. Yeah, big old shaft right here.
And the access panel was like right here.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, this guy got I successfully described it. Yippee! And then the tunnel continues this way, where I marked the yellow, and that's why you guys are here in the first place, because you're trying to take that tunnel. It's also worth noting this outpost is not marked on the map that you guys had because That'd be pretty obvious.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Anyway, this building got same kind of stuff.
In fact, it is identical to the other one.
Okay.
2 buildings with barracks, and then 2 buildings with bunks, and then the other one with a bunch of long blam hammers.
Long blam hammers. Okay.
And,
do they got do the blam hammers have things for the blam hammers?
As I said, there are multiple varieties of blam hammers, so you're just taking the ones that are most numerous, I'm guessing, from the middle.
No. I'm asking is there a space where the blam hammer has blam pieces that we shoot the blam
blam pieces. Yes, there are blam pieces, but these blam pieces are weird. They're grouped together in these kind of blam magazines, holders, blam holders. So there's 20 blam pieces in a blam holder that you put in the blam hammer.
We have some blam assault weapons.
We need to ban blam hammers from our nation. There are too many blam shootings. Oh man.
Are each of these buildings all the same?
No, they are not.
Okay.
In fact, this one is only one building. It's a very long central building.
This one right here?
Yeah, the one in the top left.
Yeah, I'll go over there.
Yeah, you go over there. It's one of those windy ones. One of those you have to undo it. Yeah, you do that. You slowly unwind it. Door opens inward. There's light inside of here, which is weird because, again, you've been in pitch black since you entered the tunnel days ago, and you're kind of to blink away the light. And it's a bright red light, too, so it kind of blinds you, and you're just, oh, fuck my eyes. And then when you finally get a look inside, this entire room is dominated by these 3 massive stalls, kind of like Quaggoth stalls, for a stable, kind of. But in each of these stalls, there is a golem, and each of them have bright red glowing eyes, these masks of pure fucking rage and hatred, and they are made of red metal, and they're not moving.
Leaving.
Sure. You close the door.
Close the door, wind that shit tight.
Yep.
And check out this building. Is this the same long?
No. This one is it's 3 separate ones. All 3 of them have the windy thing though.
Okay, I'll start with the top one. Windy.
Okay. You open it up. Inside, you see these racks, these shelving units, and each one, and there's so much random shit on it. I think you recognize almost none of it. It's just a bunch of metal shit.
All right. Neat. Would have been nice to have that one shot.
Yeah.
For no particular reason.
Yeah.
Second door.
Yeah. This one does not easily, when you go to turn the big winding wheel, it doesn't turn.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one for now. I'm not gonna risk it. Third one.
All right. You wind it. It opens, and inside is a miniature version of the irrigation center near to your guys' tribe, back in the Middle Deeps. There is a panel, there's one of those monitor display things that you never really understood. They told you what was happening on there, but I don't think you ever once touched it. You're yeah, sure, I believe you, but I don't know what that's saying. It's one of those. There's also pipes along the wall, and most importantly, there's just a faucet, which again, you would not know what a faucet was unless you had been on that irrigation thing. But yeah, there's just a sink that you could get water from. Would you like some nice cold water?
Sure, I'll slurp some nice water.
Yeah, you turn on the faucet and it just falls in, and you slurp it, and it's just so nice. It just tastes so good. It's not like water that's been sitting inside of a barrel, or it's not water collected from the drippy ass ceiling. It just tastes so clean.
No dirt water.
No dirt water. It just tastes clean and delicious.
How many thousands of years has that water been sitting in those pipes?
It's fine. It's got fluoride.
Who knows? Yarrow, the siege was a long time ago, but who knows when? And even rust water is probably better than the type of shit you guys are drinking. There's only one building left.
Right. Oh yeah, the one in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. One moment.
I'm gonna be a little quieter as I try and approach this one.
Yeah, this one has large double doors, each that has a handle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so there's no shot of me being quiet. Yeah.
Nope. And you just open up one of the doors, both the doors. Are we like just are we just flinging both doors open and being like, I'm here?
Fuck it, yeah, Munch is like
All
that.
right,
Munch-
you fling both doors open, and obviously it's it's quiet. There's no people in here, unsurprisingly. And there's like this long central table that dominates this room. On the back wall, there is a huge map of Jervuz-Karag, which I think it is probably your first time ever seeing your hold in such a simple 2D representation. That like map on the tablet, that fucking broke your brain. Like Mardak was able to parse what that meant. That meant nothing to you. This though is just a normal 2D kind of like, imagine you cut Jervuz-Karag down the middle in like an anthill. It shows that like kind of vision of what Jervuz-Karag looks like. And every single little tunnel and cavern is all marked with either red or blue. And the central table seems to be a more complicated version of that same map, and it has tons of little like wooden kind of chips on the map marking all their various locations. And this room is covered with text. I mean, the map is labeled, every little cavern and thing is labeled, every one of these little wooden chips has a little label like kind of emblazoned onto the wood. And I would like a raw charisma check from Munch to see if he can parse what he's looking at.
Charisma?
Intelligence.
Okay, I was excited for a second.
No. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not great.
I will give you the simplest possible version, because that is what a 5 justifies. Your tribe doesn't do this, but bigger tribes, like the Rattlegut Confederacy, they have war rooms where they plan wars, big battles, big skirmishes, in Munch's terminology. This looks like a creator war room.
Wowzer.
That's okay. Is there's any shelves on the sides of the walls that have more contained
Yeah,
stuff,
there's
or
a
is this
lot
more
of
just
stuff. So there are 8 different doors that connect to this central room. There is also a large like monitor like display set up just beneath the massive 2D map. And I think what draws your attention probably the most is there's like chairs around this table, and at the chair at the far end of you, that chair's knocked over, so you can't, like, because of the table you can't see the chair, but you notice that it like breaks the rest of the symmetry of the room, so you're pretty sure there is a chair there, you just can't see it because it's on the like far side.
I'll walk around.
Yeah, there was a chair there.
table.
It was indeed knocked over, and there is a skeleton in that chair, completely blanched, like bone fucking, it's been here a long time. And it has a blam hammer pointed into its mouth, and the back of its skull broken open.
Oof.
That's a bit rough.
Is that what Munch would say? I feel like he'd say,
No.
You're like,
bone marrow.
I would do that. Anyway, blame hammer plus.
Yeah, it's now you pick up the like the old skeleton kind of just crumbles, like its pose can't be held after
I
you
got
fuck with
a
it.
chew toy with a femur bone or something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the marrow is rotten. It has been dead for so long.
Oh.
And
Munch don't care.
Munch don't care. But I will say, not a goblin, not a hobgoblin, not a bugbear.
I think it's pretty fucking obvious.
It's a creator, yeah.
Yeah. I think, is there anything, I don't know what to do at this point. I think at this time, I just have to like try
You
and
can
make
just head
that
back
jump
if
back.
you want. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take some of the rifles. Only like a couple.
You mean long blank?
Sorry,
And are you
Blams.
taking, because there's 2 varieties, are you taking both?
yeah.
And are you taking the mace with the button on the end?
Yeah.
Are you pressing the button?
Nope. I do not. Listen. I do not have an accurate mental picture of this. But like what I'm imagining it is like a claymore of some kind.
That is really funny.
Not a claymore. What's the?
It's a grenade. It's a stick
grenade of some
like the
kind. Not quite a
Germans.
grenade. What's that? Like
So
German
yeah,
grenade
you
that's on a
leap,
stick?
you set up, you go back to the edge, you wrap the rope that you took to get here back around your waist, you make the jump. Roll me a dex check.
This would be a tragic end.
It would be you leap, your foot slips, you plummet down 20 feet, the rope catches you, slams you against the steel very hard. You take 6 bludgeoning damage, and then make me an athletics check.
To climb back up the rope.
Yeah. You pull yourself back up the rope easily. And I think the last scene we'll do is like most of the tribe's asleep. At least the bugbears are. The rest of everyone else is awake. And you finally make you finished rappelling back all the way down, and you're in this little you're inside the fly system still, like on that little platform at the bottom of it. Hiss, Blam, Yapper, Mardak, Wrathclick, they're all here to greet you. And you guys see Munch on his back, like strapped across his back, bandolier style. You see, I'm just going to say the real words now that we have actual Dwarvish speakers looking at them. It is a rifle, a shotgun, and a grenade, a stick grenade. And he's just like carrying these on his back. And yeah, he hops down. And I think Wrathclick will look at him and say, "What the hell is up there?"
More of these. A lot more. I'm the whole tribe.
Enough for the whole tribe.
4 buildings, 1 lake there. Big battle room. Talk for creators. Talk about battle. Oh, also, 1 room full of red metal golems.
Red metal golems, full of them.
Mardak, the map didn't indicate anything there, correct?
The map is, I believe it is old. This must be newer than the map.
Be a good sign then. The creators are making some desperate measures at the end, but they were effective ones. I mean, Stovebelly was one of those.
Did you see any control tablets in there?
Didn't care to look. Didn't want to die.
That's fair.
I think Wrathclick will just start smiling and say, "If there's enough to equip our entire tribe, I mean, we could slaughter anyone we fight against. I mean, when we were in the whole trade deep, did we see even one other Blamhammer?"
And no, there's these which look more powerful.
And they had what did Blam call them? Blam pieces. It had Blam pieces as well.
Yes. Didn't count how many, but enough for different varieties. Some for this, some for this. Don't know what this is still.
And I'll hold up the grenade.
Yeah.
This one scares me.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where Mardak and Yapper looking at it, you've never seen a grenade before, but just that goblinoid, literal, like supernatural intuition is like, that blows up. That is a thing that blows up.
The button on the bottom of it, is it a red button?
It is, yes. yes, it is indeed.
Red button, bad.
Yeah.
Does it have the symbol of explosives?
No,
that they used
it
on
doesn't.
The tablet?
No symbol of explosive. Okay. No. But Wrathclick will glance at you guys and say, "We should tell the tribe. Could help restore some morale."
This is definitely a morale boost, and this would be an
but-
excellent place to recoup if we can get up there.
That's true. We should repair his...
Also,
Honestly, considering
only
how
one
good it
tunnel
is...
Only one tunnel. Continue forward. Great defense.
I think Wrathclick will glance at the ladder and say, "It could be worth risking belaying up. I mean, it's clearly a much better resting place than where we currently are."
Munch believe there's even beds.
Was there any food?
Metal. Not that Munch could see.
Sense.
If there was, all rotted away. Creator bones as well. I got it right here.
Creator bones?
I hold up my femur that I yoinked.
I think Wrathclick will look at Mardak.
I
I don't think we should rest there.
Why not?
This is not some odd track we're in. We are close to the pitch stairs right now. If that place hasn't been looted, there's a reason why. If creator bones are there, I mean, I've never even seen a creator bone before. They've been all gone centuries ago. That means no one has been there since the siege.
Creator
Some in
killed
the trade
himself.
deep.
There were bones in the trade deep? I thought there were just fragments. Nothing. He's saying a whole skeleton.
Oh, a whole skeleton.
Exactly, so that means something must be keeping looters away.
Well, from the way we came, it would have been the flesh golem, if it lived down here.
That flesh golem wouldn't be alive for centuries. Nothing can live for centuries. I have a bad feeling
How
about
far
it.
did you go through there? Is there...
Did you go
find-
to the tunnel? Just right at top of shaft. 5 buildings. Looked in each of the buildings.
Yeah, but you're always paranoid. You have to agree with me.
I don't know. This one.
Maybe
Triumvirate have lots of allies, and this feels like a boon. Munch got how many Blam hammers? Came out unscathed.
There's like many, many more as well.
How many?
Munch can't count 80 in one building,
enough for the
80
tribe.
another, enough for a whole tribe and more.
Rapid click will
Creative-
glance at you all.
Also, lots of weird metal Munch didn't understand.
And you said a whole room of red metal golems.
It doesn't
I
make
mean, if
sense.
there's-
The Triumvirate have led us to creator weapons. This is now the third time. Once in the Middle Deeps, once in the Trade Deep, and once here.
I believe in the Triumvirate as much as the next person, but they didn't keep this entire, what he's describing, almost an arsenal, left untouched specifically for our purposes. There's a reason why this place hasn't been looted.
They led us here. They led
Oh,
us to
God.
the Golem Forge that held the
They also
control
led
panel.
you into an explosive, and look at you now. I don't
They
think
didn't
that we
lead me
should...
there. That was my own foolishness. I
Oh,
don't blame
of course it was your own foolishness. I think it's insane to think that this is a benefit with no downsides. There's clearly something in there that killed all attempts at looting prior. If nothing was even touched, that means even approaching this place was lethal for some.
We found the tablet that led to a golem in the Trade Deep. What are the odds of that? Just happenstance. That was a
I
divine
don't
path.
necessarily disagree, but the gods help those who help themselves, and by walking into a pure boon and expecting, what, just great things to happen? Have you ever known that to happen in Javuzkarag? Things are not given, they are taken. And in this case, to take treasure from a horde, you have to expect something to be guarding it. And we're not in a state to deal with that right now.
What if we guard with the tools that we are given by this boon? Take the weaponry, take the arsenal, use it to defend ourselves.
Either way, our main focus right now is getting up there.
Maybe in the time it takes to repair the shaft, we'll be recovered enough to fight whatever the Guardian is.
If it's a red metal golem, then I doubt we will have success.
That's my concern. And with that,
Let's deal with our issues that are right in front of us first.
with that, I think the last scene, because Hiss wasn't talking during this, and that's because I picture Hiss as kind of slumped against the wall, still borderline incoherent.
As soon as Munch left to go explore without his comfort character, he started smoking his last opium.
I think the last scene of this session is Hiss, you consume all the mushrooms you have left, all the ones you bought in the Middle Deeps, you consume the opium, you just try to do everything you can to push away the thoughts of pain. And
No mushrooms, he's scared of a psychedelic experience now. Just the opium.
So just the opium. And you fall asleep. And despite your immense fear, a vision comes for you all the same. And as the vision begins, I think you're like, God damn it, I don't want to see this right now. And unfortunately, you wake up in an empty cavern. Your hand is clenched around a crimson mushroom, like you are gripping it as tightly as you can. And a saw, held by some invisible force, rests right above your wrist. And as the saw descends, you don't like move your hand, you don't even let go of the mushroom, you just clench the mushroom even tighter as the saw begins to saw into your wrist, which is way too close to the actual pain you're experiencing in real life, and you can't help but scream. And yet, your hand doesn't move. It's not until just sinews are keeping your hand attached and the hand finally falls that the mushroom releases and kind of rolls across the ground. And finally, the mushroom stops its rolling, and when it strikes the ground, your blood serving as like the kind of water to provide fertile ground, the mushroom sinks into the earth and begins to bloom and flourish without the hand holding it back. And that's where we'll end it this week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
That was metaphorical as shit.